School's run through the Texas high school football playoffs at times has been amazing. The backfield combination of Gerald Watson, Delarius Wilson, and quarterback Adrian Woodson have amassed 231 points in 5 playoff games. The Wildcats have been on a roll. Yates' playoff fortunes have come on the back of fullback Gerald Moore. His playoff run consists of 950 yards and 11 touchdowns in 5 games. Today, it's a battle of 2 great cats for the 5A Division II state championship on HSE. Today's 5A Division II state title game is being brought to you by Alamo Rent-A-Car, where all the miles are free. By Gatorade, it's all you're thirsting for. By Taco Cabana, the original Mexican patio cafe. And by Casio. From Memorial Stadium in Austin, Texas, Home Sports Entertainment, in conjunction with the University Interscholastic League, presents the finest in high school athletics. Today, it's the 5A Division II state championship football game between the Lions of Jack Yates High School in Houston and the Wildcats of Temple. Hello again, everybody. I'm Craig Way. Welcome to Memorial Stadium in Austin. It is a gray, drab, dreary, sort of rainy kind of day, but that certainly hasn't dampened the spirits of the Yates Lions and the Temple Wildcats and their supporters. Some 25,000 expected for today's state championship contest here on the campus of the University of Texas. You know, it's been a long time since each of these schools participated in a state title game. Temple was last in the title round in 1979 when the Wildcats won their only state championship. The Yates Lions of Houston won their only state title 7 years ago at Texas Stadium in Irving, defeating Odessa Permian. Certainly our 2 gentlemen who will call today's game are coming off a state championship appearance just a week ago in the Division I round. Kevin Eschenfelder and Ed Biles up in the booth will call today's game. Gentlemen?
All right, thank you, Craig Way, and welcome to Austin, Texas, for what should be a great matchup. First, the Temple Wildcats come in, always ranked in the top 1, 2, or 3 in the state all during the regular season, and they have kept it rolling through the playoffs, averaging an amazing 46 points a game. On the other side, the Yates Lions, an extremely talented football team that has not lost since the first week of the season. Ed Biles, if the Temple Wildcats are going to keep things going today, they're going to rely on a couple of 1,000-yard rushers. First, let's talk about Gerald Watson.
Well, Gerald Watson, all-state running back, pretty good size, 180-pounder. He's averaging 7.4 yards per carry, and he's rushed for over 1,000 yards. One of the big factors in the running game.
Watson is good, but the real go-to guy on this Wildcat team is Delarius Wilson.
Scat-back type, 5'5", 160-pounder. He's rushed for 23 touchdowns. He's also an all-state performer. He has not been caught from behind all year.
When you talk about impact players, you need not look any further than the Yates Lions backfield. Number 24, Gerald Moore, went 79 yards on the first play of the game last week.
Well, Moore's an outstanding running back. Rushed for over 4,600 in 3 seasons. 33 touchdowns this year. Has deceptive speed, very comparable to Earl Campbell as a high school player.
These 2 teams are very evenly matched. Let's take a look at what they're going to have to do to win this afternoon's game.
Well, when you look at 2 teams that get the championship game, number 1, the team that's going to win is going to probably control that line of scrimmage, make the running game go. Secondly, avoid turnovers. Kind of a nasty day here, so turnovers could be important. Someone is going to have to win the special teams, punt, return, kickoff, whatever it might be. And then, on top of that, if they can utilize the passing game same fashion to help them, that'll be the team. The team that wins 3 out of 4 of these will win this football game.
All right, stay with us. It should be a great matchup. It's for a state 5A Division II championship, and it's coming up next here on HSE.
Taco Cabana, we're cooking fresh for you.
You know why so many folks go to Taco Cabana? For 13 years, it's been a unique blend of good fun and good food made completely from scratch. Nothing ever frozen and no canned ingredients. Take new chicken flameante. It's flame roasted after marinating overnight in tangy fruit juices, herbs, and garlic. Just like Taco Cabana, there's nothing quite like it.
So come on, everyone, Taco Cabana.
We tested in laboratories. We tested on the asphalt, in the park, and on the road. We tested when it's 102, and there is no shade. And we found that nothing replaces fluids and minerals and quenches a thirst better than Gatorade. It's been proven again and again. But just to keep us on our toes, we tested over and over again in the highest court in the land.
It's almost as if someone once said, just in case people like sunshine and water, we'd better make Florida. And we'd better make miles of beautiful beaches in places like St. Augustine and Key West, just in case people want to go there. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo territory, all across America. And nationwide, only Alamo gives you all those miles for free, including the ones that run through a state that's named after sunshine.
Back to Memorial Stadium in Austin for the 5A Texas State Division II Championship. The Yates Lions and the Temple Wildcats. Gray and gloomy, to say the least, this afternoon in Austin. Matter of fact, as the Temple Wildcats come out, you see the fog, 62 degrees, 100% humidity, no wind to speak of, and it is probably 50% better right now as far as visibility is concerned. When we got to the stadium this morning, you could not see the far hash marks. That's how bad the fog has been. It is clearing off, a big crowd on hand. Temple Wildcats have brought as many, they project as many as 18,000 fans on hand just from Temple.
Well, I don't think they missed it by much. In fact, it may be more than 18,000 over there. Other side of the field, good crowd contingent from Yates. Driving their way up from Houston to be at the game today. Should be a good one, Kevin.
The Yates has won the toss, and they will receive, as you take a look at Bob McQueen in his 21st year at the head coaching spot of the Temple Wildcats, and Maurice McGowan on the other side. Oh, it's for a 5A Division II championship. Temple in white, Yates in red.
All set with Press Thomas to make this opening kickoff here. Here we go.
Danny Magana kicks it away. Comes down to Brady Bob. Bob doesn't reach the 10-yard line. Great special teams work by Temple.
Yeah, kind of an opening mistake there by the Yates special team. Cut the ball in the end zone. He could have stayed in there and got it out to the 20. But he ran laterally sideways across the field and only got out to the 7-yard line. Sometimes when you have the left return, you got to go right up where you can get the most yardage if you're going to come out of there.
John Porter, 21 touchdowns. He's only thrown 4 interceptions all season long. A 5'11", 189-pound junior. Let's check the backs and receivers in a moment. On first down and 10, handed off to the first man through, Gerald Moore. Moore, who has rushed for 950 yards in the postseason alone and 11 touchdowns. Backs and receivers this way. Edward Jackson doesn't get a lot of notoriety, but he's rushed for about 600 yards, averages 6 a carry. Gerald Moore, Floyd George, the tight end. Veal and Dickerson, extremely dangerous receivers. Alliance, Seymour, Toombs, Lowson, Roy, and Johnson across the front. They are big. So it was a gain of 6 on first down. Second down and 4. Yates on the opening drive again. They go to Gerald Moore, and he is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Donshea Martin, a second-team All-Stater, the first to get to him. The defense this way, the 4-man front, Mark Churchwell, Joel Amos, Donshea Martin, who made that last tackle, and Dana President. That's Priest Thomas, Mackey, Jonathan Berry, and the 3 backers, and the defensive backs are good. Steele, Atkinson, Bates, and Tony Lott. So third down, then 5. Throws, picked off. Tony Lott. Inside the 5. He stepped out of bounds. They'll say at the 7-yard line. We talked in the open about turnovers, and one bites Yates on the first drive of the game.
There's a official. There's a flag down on the field. There's a flag down on the field. There may be a penalty on this play.
will bring it back. As you get a good look at Adrian Woodson. Woodson, 170-pound senior. He's thrown for nearly 2,300 yards on the season, completing 49% of his passes. 13 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions.
That's exactly right. That was a big penalty because it's now going to be first down and goal, Kevin,
from the 22-yard line.
He's audible in the play. He changes the play at the line of scrimmage right away.
And they go to Williams. Wilson down to the 11-yard line where Landry Cooper saved the touchdown. Backs and receivers, they're good ones, and they look this way. It's Delarius Wilson, J.O. Williams, Greg Watson, more of a slot back. Split ends are Damian Johnson, who has caught a lot of balls, and the tight end Scott Marvick. The line up front, they are big as well. Dolgener, Beard, Lawrence, Meldy, and Popelka. Again, on second down, fumble of the football, but Wilson got back on it. Corey Atkins, the man in the backfield for Yates to disrupt the play.
This is a counter play where they tried to pull a backside tackle and guard. The handoff, he just didn't get the handoff. Wilson with a lucky bounce came right back up to him. Could have been a disastrous play from Temple's standpoint, but now they're still faced with third down and 16.
Kenneth Knox, the first player to get there for Yates. And Atkins came in after that. So third down, goal from the 16-yard line. Flag flies.
Normally movement by someone before the ball on this type of call. See who this one goes against.
So they'll back it up 5 yards, and it'll be third and goal from the 21. So Temple got the early break. We'll see if they can cash in, but they really shot themselves in the foot with the post-possession foul, putting them in a third down and goal situation from the 21. Woodson looks to throw, has his man, Marvick at the 7-yard line, started the first down. Of course, it was third and goal. Philip Kemper making the stop for Yates. And we will see what Temple will do on fourth down and goal from the 7.
They came very close to passing the line of scrimmage. A great play by Woodson. A little high snap. He goes over. Now he's coming forward towards the line of scrimmage. And he was very close, extremely close to crossing that line of scrimmage. When he released it, good completion. And now he's got a big decision here where they're going to go for the field goal.
So Danny Magana. This is well within his range. On its way, and it's good. So the Temple Wildcats strike first as Danny Magana, his 7th field goal of the season. Out of 23 yards, 8:32 to play. Early in the first quarter, we're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back to Austin's Memorial Stadium in just a moment.
From the opening face-off to the final buzzer, get the inside story. The closest look anywhere at college hockey's Premier League. CCHA Hockey Digest. It's all you need. All season on HSE.
What the heck is going on around here?
Hey, the doggone highway's coming through, so we've got to move. Oh, great. Right before Christmas. Perfect timing. But it's your chance to save up to 70% on close to $1 million worth of waterbeds, soft sides, bedding, and more. Ha, even the pictures on the wall got to go. Whoa, I'm not moving all this stuff. No way. So bring your trucks, bring your bucks, and haul your buns down to Bedmart, and let's make some deals. Then we can move to our new location and just keep putting Austin to bed.
I want to see a movie.
I'm too tired to go out.
I know. Let's watch pay-per-view. I'll show you how it works. First, we choose a movie from the schedule on Channel 50. Then I call the 800 number for the show we pick, 1 hour before to 10 minutes after the start time.
Your order is now confirmed.
It's so easy. All we need is Austin Cablevision standard service, a channel selector, and a touch-tone phone.
A night out without leaving home.
English Soccer, Sundays at 8 on HSE.
Back to Memorial Stadium in Austin, Temple leading at 3-0 on a 23-yard one-yard field goal. With 8:32 left, Yates will have it for a second time. First possession ended in a turnover. This kick will take Vaughn Dickerson back, and he steps out of bounds inside the 1-yard line.
Another big mistake on special teams. Just allowed that ball to go. Coach McGowan a little bit upset with that decision. Really upset with two special teams decisions that cost them field position. They're going to start off deep in their own territory. You see him going over. He should have just stayed away from the ball. He catches it, and his foot is right on the out-of-bounds line. Official right on top of the play. Good call by the official. Vaughn Dickerson, a senior.
So Yates will have to go 99 3/4 yards. They're going to get back on the board. Two possessions have started in terrible field position. Gerald Moore on the handoff gets it out to the 3-yard line. First drive started at the 9-yard line. Take a look at that Temple scoring drive.
That was a tremendous break for them. They got the turnover, and of course they got the penalty, but they went 16 yards, 4 plays, had to settle for a field goal. Yates probably dodged the bullet for the fact that it wasn't a touchdown after that turnover.
But from the 3-yard line, second down and 8. Stacked up at the line of scrimmage hard.
With the ball to Jackson inside that time.
Give the entire front four credit on that play. Churchwell, Amos, Martin, and President.
Take a look at the surge of the defensive line. We talked about you got to control the line of scrimmage. There are 3 white jerseys right in the vicinity where they were trying to run that play. Underneath it, Donshea Martin, the second-team All-State defensive tackle. Take a look at him. He's 5'10", 235 pounds, only a junior. He'll be back next year for the Wildcats.
Third down and 7. Porter has tried to throw it one time this afternoon. It ended up in an interception. This time he'll hand it to Gerald Moore, and Moore maybe a gain of 2, and Yates will have to punt. Donshea Martin and Mark Churchwell in to make the tackle.
Well, Coach McCown, of course, very upset. He knows this is not the way you want to start a ball game. Just an inside running play. They had big number 74, Milton Powell, who's on a big offensive lineman. They had him in there as a fullback as a lead blocker on that play, but with no success.
Cedric Dennis to kick it away. This will depend on the spare catch. Taking it to the 27-yard line. Dennis did a great job just to get that punt away.
Yeah, he did. It was a high snap, and again, Temple taking over with great field position. Hopefully Yates isn't digging himself too deep a hole here.
Temple leads at 3-0.
Once again, it will happen. Someone will pick out a tree that's too big for the room, drop off some warm clothes, light the candle on the third night, experiment with the turkey baster, watch all 18 bowl games, and someone will sing slightly off key with all her heart. Happy holidays from Bank of America.
On Southwest Airlines, friends fly free for business, too. For example, if Dunn buys a ticket, Bradstreet flies free. Buy one round-trip ticket at Southwest Airlines' regular low, unrestricted fare, and your friend flies with you, free. So if Bausch buys a ticket, Lom flies free. Or if Ben buys a ticket, Jerry flies free. Friends fly free for business. Only on Southwest Airlines. Just plain smart.
If you want the best there is, you go to a specialist, someone who knows the field, knows your needs. Now, if you're shopping for a minivan, you want the specialist at the Dodge Minivan store. They know more about minivans because Caravan is America's bestseller, outselling all other minivans. And because there are so many Caravan styles to choose from, just tell the specialist your needs. They'll do the rest.
We're taking Texas by the horn. See your Texas Dodge dealer today.
Temple leads at 3-0. Gerald Moore and the Yates offense has struggled so far today, but look what he's done in the playoffs.
Totals up to about 956 yards in 5 ball games.
And 11 touchdowns. But now Temple on the attack. They go to Gerald Watson. Watson spinning down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. Oscar Clay knocked him off his feet.
Well, but what a hole. What a hole. Take a look at the offensive line block. Look at the line get off the line of scrimmage. Look at the good turn block in there. No one in the hole for Yates until he's about 8 yards downfield. Great blocking by the offensive line.
Again, the handoff down to the 5-yard line. Is Delarius Wilson. Steve Hardgrove to make the tackle.
Well, they call the one side of the line there strong guard, strong tackle. The other side there quick guard, quick tackle. Dolgener, the strong tackle, the 6'7", 295 first team All-State.
And Beard, the strong guard, average he bench presses 450 pounds.
Also first team All-State.
Gerald Watson, the single setback. Watson dragging players down to the 2-yard line.
Take a look now at the right side of the offensive line. Watch it come off the line of scrimmage. Look at the 64 Bird, and look at number 70, Dolgener. Control on that line. Now it's up to the back to go forward, and he picks up the extra yard. Big third down play for Yates defense.
Third down goal from the 2-yard line. Did he get in? Touchdown Temple. Gerald Watson from 2 yards out.
This was awful close. If the Yates players kind of disputed that he got in there. Very close play.
Touchdown number 18 of the season for Gerald Watson.
On the top of your screen. And of course, they've got Thirds and Dolgener on that side right now, leaving it in there. He's going to have to lunge forward, get the ball in the end zone, and you see he just got it across.
And Magana tacked on the extra point. So 2 possessions and 2 scores for the Temple Wildcats. 5:06 to play first quarter. Temple out in front, 10-0.
Crisp and hot. Nobody serves up the taste that Long John's has got. Go for one of our 3 great value meals, each just $1.99, and add a piece. Just announced, up to $2,000 in cash rebates on Ford Taurus. Think of it as a holiday bonus from your Texas Ford dealer. $2,000, the largest cash rebate ever offered on Taurus. Start with Taurus cash rebates of $1,000. Then if you own a business or use your car for business, you may qualify for up to an additional $1,000. That's up to $2,000. Wouldn't it be great to start the new year with a new Taurus? It's never been easier. Hurry, this $2,000 offer ends December 31st.
Temple leads it 10-0. Get a good look at Gerald Watson, who took it in for his 18th touchdown of the year, a 2-yard run. Now Yates trailing 10-0 with 5:06 to play in the first quarter. The Temple faithful love it. They're going to have to get the ball outside the 10-yard line to try to get something started.
Well, Yates has to settle down. Their offense has to get moving the ball. They need to let this one go in the end zone so that they get the ball out at the 20. They moved Bob over there this time so he didn't make any more mistakes. Now Yates will start from the 20. They just got to settle down. They can get themselves back in the ball game. They're not out of the to get. So if they much farther, they'd be in deep trouble. McGowan knows it right now.
Yates' first drive started from the 9-yard line. Their second drive started from inside the 1. Now they try it from the 20 with a little bit of breathing room. Take a look at that scoring drive. They didn't have to go far.
4 plays, 26 yards. It took a minute 32 seconds, and Watson on a 2-yard run.
Gerald Moore finds the sledding tough. Got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Priest Thomas, 6'1", 225-pound senior, the leading tackler on his team. Steps up from the strong linebacker spot. Also, Joel Amos on the south.
Well, Temple, of course, has got a lot of great football players. Priest Thomas, the first-team All-State, great prospect. Had 128 tackles this year, 3 sacks, 14 tackles for loss, just all kind of stats.
The 4 wide receiver set. Second down and 10. They throw it. And it's complete. Floyd George. George out to the 32-yard line. Priest Thomas with the tackle.
Good move by George. And down to the outside, work back to the inside. He's 6'6", 210-pound senior. Got good speed. And a good job by Porter working back to the inside. Temple tried to go for another interception, and it kind of gives a little bit of ground here. He still had enough to make the first down.
Reception number 25 on the season for Floyd George. And Yates, with their first down, go to Gerald Moore, weaving his way for a gain of 6 yards. Under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Temple leads 10-0. Dana president Rashay Martin in to make the tackle on Gerald Moore.
Coach Mumphrey, the offensive line coach, stand alongside Coach McGowan.
Porter will roll the pocket. As a man, incomplete, broken up nicely. Kendrick Jones was open, but David Atkinson closed quickly.
Well, it was a great play by David Atkinson coming over there. He's the rover in their defense. There's a look now. He's going to roll that a little bit to the right here. Makes a little bit of a fake in there to Moore, looking downfield all the time. Across the open man. Now watch Atkinson close on the ball. See how much yardage he closes to get to this football. Jones was open for a second, but Atkinson recovered, made the play.
Third down and 5. Porter again wants to throw. Complete. Vaughn Dickerson. The 39-yard line. Derek Bates knocks him down.
You also thinking this is going to do, they get the passing game moving, it's going to open up the running game a little bit for Gerald Moore. That's the one thing about both these coaches. They will put the ball in there, even though they both love the running game.
Sean Porter throws a nice-looking football, and Dickerson hauled it in.
Well, Dickerson 4.5 speed.
He has 28 receptions on the season. Again, 4 wide receivers set. The delay goes to Gerald Moore. And like you said, Moore goes ahead for a gain of 9. The passing game is opening up the running game, and the Yates Lions are on the move.
Well, there's a penalty there's a flag down on the play. Let's see what the call is on the other side. There's a penalty on the play. Good job running the draw play here. Moore picks, looks, finds his hole. Drives it up through there, but I think this play is going to be brought back. It may have been a holding call against Yates on this play. Let's see what the officials decide. Exactly what Yates needed to drive to get himself back in the ballgame, but they certainly don't need to be penalized. That's a great run for a first down.
Offense, 15-yard penalty. Repeat first down. Oh, that's big. Go from first down or second down and 1 to first down and 25.
They'd had first down and 1 inside the 30-yard line. Big penalty against the Lions. Of course, Temple had a big penalty on them on that first turnover, made it first down and 25.
Well, that negates the big pass play to Vaughn Dickerson from just a moment ago.
Coach McQueen says good call. Coach McGowan says, what? What kind of call is that?
Porter has a man complete. Brady Boggs
by Yates. They're not going to get all back at once. See if they can nibble a little bit each time. As you can see, Porter goes back. Pretty good zip on the ball. Gets it out there to Bob. And they reclaim some of that yardage. Get about 10 on the play.
So second down and 15.
Couple with the extra defensive back. Might be a good time to run another draw. If they can get more in the open.
And they do. Gerald Moore. Moore to the 40-yard line. Greg Steele stepped up from his cornerback spot and took on freight train.
There was a good example of the deceptive speed that Moore has. You're talking about 228-pound back. This is a draw play designed to go inside, nothing there. Now watch him turn it on a little bit, going to the outside. He kind of runs like a little bit of a scooter. You don't think a guy like that's moving real fast. Look at him lower that shoulder and attack that defensive back.
Greg Steele, you can see he went low. Gerald Moore averages nearly 10 yards a carry. Now they're looking to go deep for Brady Bob. Touchdown, Yates.
Well, yeah, Coach McGowan likes that. You can't execute any better than that. Out and out route by Brady Bob. Used his speed. And watch Porter land in there. Bob lined up on the outside. He's going to go down, run it out, and up, move. A little bit of fake by Porter there for the out. Defensive back one foot a little bit. But watch where he lays it up over the top. Just a great throw and a great catch. Not that bad a defensive play by Tony Lott. Great execution by Porter on the pass to Bob.
Wallace King comes in for the extra point. Brady Bob's first touchdown of the season. And King kicks it through. So just like that, barely through a quarter of football, we've already got 17 points on the board. Jack Yates, I think, just showed how explosive they can be on that last drive, because if they don't shoot themselves in the foot, they can do good things.
Well, both these teams are capable of putting a lot of points up on the scoreboard. This is a great throw by Porter and a great concentration. And look at Bob. Look at him concentrating on the ball, looking over his shoulders. A very difficult way to catch the ball, looking over his shoulder. Well, there's just great execution. You go turn TV on Sunday, you won't see a better play than that in any NFL game. Receiver looking over his shoulders and catching it, and the quarterback laying it over the top.
All right, let's go down to the field, checking with our colleague Craig Way. Craig, Kevin, before that last offensive series, the Yates assistant coaches on offense were telling their players, relax, play technique football, and as you guys mentioned, use the pass to open on the run. That's exactly what happened, although Yates had it cash in through the air. Now, defensively, the one thing the coaching staff has been saying is, again, relax, but concentrate on stopping the tempo run. We'll see how Yates fares on this next defensive series. All right, thank you, Greg. So Yates right back in it in a first quarter that had been dominated by the Temple Wildcats, mostly by the mistakes of Yates.
That's Ronald Miller, the defensive coordinator, also works for the linebackers for Yates over there. Now he knows up his defensive folks to see if they can slow down the Wildcats.
Wallace King kicks it away. To the 34-yard line goes Damian Johnson.
There was a fumble. I don't know whether they give the ball to Yates or not. They fumbled. Yates, I think, has the football. Whether the officials rule it down or not, it's going to be interesting. I don't know that there was an official in there that saw it.
Up and say Temple football.
Watch this return. Now, this is what you call a wedge return. All the blockers come into the middle. He tries to get up right in the middle of the wedge. See the so-called wedge there? Looking for any maroon jerseys to take a knockdown, and he fights his way on up through there.
So first and 10 from the 35-yard line, 69 seconds to play, first quarter. Delarius Wilson, the single setback as Adrian Woodson checks off at the line of scrimmage. They go to Wilson. And Wilson, a gain of 4 yards before Corey Atkins, the defensive end. 207-pound junior makes the stop. Let's take a look at that scoring drive for the Lions, and a pretty one it was.
Well, 8 plays, you want 80 yards. Going to use 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Final touchdown, 40-yard pass.
and 4 coming up. Kenneth Knott did a good job defensively there for the Yates defense. Let's take a look at that defensive line for Yates. Knott, King, Walker, and Atkins up front. Big and quick. The linebackers, and they are really missing Oscar Smallwood, but Jackson, Hamilton, and Hargrove are going to have to get it done. And the defensive backs, Cooper and Kempner the corners, and then Griffin and Kempner are the safeties. The rover is Molson. Woods throwing, picked up. Oscar Clay. And Clay down to the 46-yard line. So finally a break back towards the Yates sideline.
Good job dropping in the defensive zone by the Yates linebackers. Big turnover. They get their first turnover of the ball game. Looking back, taking his time, looking around, but look at the linebacker drop. Look at Oscar Clay. Look at the movement on Oscar Clay coming from way over to the left side of the screen, playing the eyes of the quarterback, makes the interception, gets into trouble, and hangs on to it. Yates benefited the first their turnover.
Oscar Clay ends the first quarter on a positive note for Jack Yates. We're going to take a timeout. Temple leads it by 3.
Bowling Feds team up for the APC National Team Challenge. The game's top talent from across the country roll for regional wins and a berth in the finals. The APC National Team Challenge, a new stop every month on HSE.
What is the Buick experience? It's driving an automobile as distinctively styled as it is precisely built, like the stunning new Buick Regal. From its elegant new grille to its contoured shape, Regal stands out from the crowd. Best of all, Regal is ranked best in its class for initial quality by J.D. Power. That's right, better than all the imports, including Toyota Camry and Nissan Maxima. The Buick experience. It just keeps getting better. That's your better Buick dealer.
It's incredible. Yates Furniture is offering terms of $10 down and $10 a month interest-free for the first year. Regardless, I said regardless of purchase size. Select from Yates Furniture's huge entire fine quality inventory. Buy $500, $5,000, $10,000 worth or more. Bite off as much as you can chew and pay just $10 down and $10 a month interest-free for the first year. This incredible offer ends this weekend. Hurry to Yates Furniture. An international field. Match sailing's toughest competition. Be a part of the strategy, skill, and teamwork as savvy crews guide their ships to victory. The Omega Grand Prix of Sailing. Watch it all season on HSE.
Back for the second quarter of play with Ed Biles and Craig Way. I'm Kevin Essenfelder. Temple leading 10-7. But Yates gets the football back. As we take a look at the stats, this first quarter statistical update is being brought to you by Bank of America, banking on America.
Well, Coach Yates, 83 yards passing, and that's how they got themselves back in the ball game with the passing game. Turnovers don't show up there. Both teams with the turnover. Yates monopolizing the time.
Gerald Moore. Counted off at 15 yards. Down to the 32-yard line. Priest Thomas saved the touchdown.
There's a great example of what Moore can do for you, running that trap play up inside. Watch him come to the trap play. See the guard coming across to make the trap. Follows that block. Good come down block in there, but number 50, Seymour. Now once he gets in the secondary, the smaller defensive backs, he's got to wrap those arms around those thighs. He's got good size thighs.
8 carries, 33 yards for Gerald Moore. And they give it to him again. Moore for a gain inside the 30. Gain of 3 on the play. Don Shea Martin and Joel Amos in for the Temple Wildcat defense.
McGowan sent in the play from the sideline over there. That's Yates. Number 1. Well, we're going to find out. By the end of the day, we're going to know who's number 1. And so far, we've had an outstanding high school football game going here.
A lot of football left to be played. 11:05 to play, second quarter. Again, 4 wide receivers set. Porter.
He can run and make the yardage.
And Porter knocked down at the 25-yard line. Priest Thomas, but Dana finished him off. But Dana President did a great job getting out there from a defensive end spot to run down a quick Sean Porter.
Priest Thomas just show you why he's all-state and why he's so good. Right now, there's a lot of running room. Now watch Priest Thomas come from the inside. Look at the closing speed. We're talking about
about a 6-foot, 230-pounder now who gets over there to help make that play. That's coming from inside, and that's a great play by Thomas.
Third down, 4. Gerald Moore turns the corner, fourth down, and more. Gerald Moore.
Touchdown. He got in there. Yates, give it to him. What a great run.
26 yards.
I'll tell you one thing, Kevin. If there are 6 better backs in the state of Texas than this young man, I'd love to see him. He didn't even make first or second team All-State. Someone's wrong. Watch the speed he shows here. He's a 228-pounder. Had used speed to get outside, uses blockers, cuts inside, gets back to the outside, sheds the tackle. Now watch this effort to get into the end zone. Look at him lay the ball out. There are not 6 better backs in the state of Texas than that young man. He's got to be first team All-State.
Wallace King to convert out of a hold of Von Dickerson. And he is good. 10:08 to play in the second quarter. 26-yard touchdown by Gerald Moore has Jack Yates out on top, 14-10.
We tested in laboratories. We tested on the asphalt, in the park, and on the road. We tested when it's 102 and there is no shade. And we found that nothing replaces fluids and minerals and quenches a thirst better than Gatorade. It's been proven again and again. But just to keep us on our toes, we tested over and over again in the highest court in the land.
You ever wish you could buy a new car like clothes at the end of the season? Stores put markdown prices on merchandise, and you just shop the racks, picking out the bargain. Now you can shop for a new car or bargain the same way.
Come to the North Texas Autoplex, home of the Invisible Salesman, and shop our year-end markdowns. We have hundreds of Chevrolets, Geos, Mazdas, Oldsmobiles, Cadillacs, Jeeps, and Eagles marked down for end-of-year clearance. And the sale price is clearly marked on each car. Get a year-end clearance bargain right now at the North Texas Autoplex.
Hey, Dad, what's this?
That's Proline's No-Lie Comb Through Relaxer, a texturizer just for us men.
Texture what?
Texturizer. Makes hair softer and more manageable. Mom got one for you, too. Want to try it?
Yeah.
I just comb the relaxer through, rinse, and shampoo. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Now that's what I call comb-through softness.
Proline's Comb Through Relaxer for men, the easy, no-lie way of texturizing your natural hair for under $4.
Houston Yates with 14 unanswered points. Goes ahead 14-10 with 10:08 to play. Well, the 12,000 members of the Texas High School Coaches Association offer congratulations to both teams in today's game. The THSCA is also proud of our 63 years of dedicated service to the youth of Texas. Wallace King with his foot into it. And it comes to Gerald Watson. And Watson breaks free to the 49-yard line. Philip Kempner saves a touchdown, a return of 39 yards.
Take a look at his return now. Again, watch the wedge form. See the lineman going back to get in front of him? Now, all of a sudden, they'll all turn at the same time, come forward, trying to block anybody when he looks for whatever opening he can find, uses his speed, returns it all the way out to the 49-yard line. And again, special teams creating problems for Yates. No coverage on that kickoff.
Now 3 wide receivers at the top of the screen for Temple. And Woodson wants to throw. Hit as he releases it, and it's picked up. Landry Cooper. Cooper to the 40-yard line. The second turnover for Temple. Yates putting pressure on the quarterback.
The other key is that Woodson has got to settle down. He tries to force this. They got good pressure. They got great coverage. There was no one open. You see him floats the ball downfield. Cooper, of course, does a great job. He was in zone. Off there to the left, came back to the inside, made the interception. Finally does a good job getting down and turning the ball over to the offense. But Woodson has got to settle down now. Not trying to force the football in there.
The third interception of the season for Landry Cooper. And Yates back on to him first. Also, Jared Mackey.
Tanner Fred, another good football player. Third year, junior, 7 sacks. Right now, Bob McQueen knows his team's got to get their poise back. A little bit unhappy about what's going on.
Sean Porter, again looking deep.
Got him out there.
Throws it, and this one's picked off. Derek Bates will bring it back. If Bates can get outside, he'll run out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Daryl Moore ran him out. The turnover's right back, 2 and 2. Penalty marker is down. Let's check the flag.
Well, Porter couldn't get this one thrown down there far enough. Receiver was behind. Let's see what the penalty is. Lock in the back at the end of the play, so they'll mark off 10 yards against the Temple. Take them back. 2 turnovers by each team. And Queen.
He tried, but he missed him.
Well, he's trying to plead the next case. Ball was underthrown. The receiver was behind him. You see great recovery by Bates coming across, playing the ball all the way. Went up just like the coach was saying, intercepted at his highest point. There's a lot of running here now, coming all the way back across field, trying to get it outside. But both these teams had good speed defensively. It'll be hard for anybody to outrun anybody going sideways on this field today.
So the turnovers have been a key. Again, 3 wide receivers in the game. Delarius Wilson. Wilson to the 42-yard line. Each team has turned it over twice. 8:37 to play, second quarter. Yates has come from a 10-0 deficit to lead at 14-10. Second down and 5.
In the poise. Now Temple had to settle down and get their poise back.
Wilson on the delay. Wilson with big yards. And Wilson down to the 42-yard line. Walter Kemper made the stop, a gain of 27 yards.
You want to see what an all-state performer does, and the future probably great college football player. Watch number 70. This is a tackle pulling, leading this play up through the hole. Watch number 70. Nobody to block. He's now 20 yards downfield before he finds anybody to get into. And all he did was get in this hip pocket and follow him. So it's kind of speed that 6'7", 295-pound Dollinger has.
Again, Delarius Wilson bounces outside to the 22. Troylon Griffin and Landry Cooper team up to make the stop, but not before a gain of 17.
That time the blocking wasn't so good. Delarius Wilson does this on his own. There's no block at the line of scrimmage. Watch him. Again, the tackler bounces off of him, gets away from him, now makes his yardage on his own. This play before, good blocking by the offensive line. This time, Wilson with his great speed averages 6.3 yards per carry. Honorable mention All-State, and you can see why.
61 yards on 7 carries. Bootleg. Woodson will tuck it under and run. Woodson down to the 2. But Landry Cooper crushed him at the 2-yard line. But Temple knocking on the door.
Well, looks like you better start dusting off the record book to see what the scoring is in the state finals. Woodson on a good rollout, looking downfield, no one open. This time decides to run it, shows his running ability as he cuts back. Now watch him lower the shoulder and almost get it into the end zone. Good recovery by Landry Cooper to knock him down at the 1-yard line.
A gain of 19. Wilson will walk into the end zone. So Temple has faced some adversity of their own, and they bounced right back.
Well, that's what the opening up of the football game does for you. Temple, many years a wing T team, now an open team. Well, you see Wilson now just going right behind the wrong side of his offensive line, only needed 1 yard. Veered it right to the outside, took it into the end zone. Now Temple goes back in front.
Danny Magaña for the extra point, and a 3-point Temple lead, and he is perfect. So a lot of scoring, and not a whole lot of time played. 7:11 to play in the first half. And Temple out in front, 17-14.
It's almost as if someone once said, just in case people like sunshine and water, we'd better make Florida. And we'd better make miles of beautiful beaches in places like St. Augustine and Key West, just in case people want to go to them. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo territory, all across America. And nationwide, only Alamo gives you all those miles for free, including the ones that run through a state that's named after sunshine.
With each new day, you find a way to be your best.
Gillette Sensor for the closest paper shave ever.
You know you gotta be a little better than the rest.
Only Gillette Sensor has spring-mounted twin blades that sense and adjust to every detail of every face. Gillette Sensor, when you're the best, there's no feeling like it.
What's a point guard? He's the quarterback. He makes things happen. He's got to be a great passer because that ball has got to be bang.
Sleepy in the open court. Sleepy holds King for two.
He's got to be able to run the offensive flow from the dribble.
Look, 3 on the shot clock, down to 2.
He has the ball 85% of the time. Cannot win without it.
Dallas and Houston live Saturday night at 7:30 on HSE.
Temple comes back with a nifty scoring drive of their own. They lead at 17-14. Let's go down to the field and check in with Craig White.
Guys, before that last offensive series for Temple, their assistant coach Larry Haynes was coming over to tell the Wildcats, don't get your head down, but hold on to the football. This game with the turnovers we've seen already in the early going may come down to who turns the football over last and who cashes in last.
4 turnovers already in this afternoon's game. Vaughn Dickerson, 5 yards deep, will take a knee, and Yates will start from the 20. Temple scoring drive, methodical, 5 plays, 68 yards, minute 44, and a couple of big runs by Delarius Wilson, one of 39 yards and one of 26 yards.
Wasn't quite so methodical. Wasn't spectacular, I think, of the way they
just take care of
wide open and do their business. Two good football teams. I say this is interesting, the way they both have opened up their attack using that talent and going to make those big plays.
And Sean Porter has had his offense on a roll. Gerald Moore tries to get outside, turns the corner, steps out of bounds. Dana President got outside with him. Nothing doing. Gain of, well, they say stepped out of bounds at 19, so he loses a yard on the play. 2nd down and 11 coming up.
And the thing about Moore, though, he's showing you the ability to go outside. He's also showing you that ability to run that ball inside. And he's a quiet type player now. He lets his actions speak for himself.
What did one of the coaches say yesterday at practice? You won't even know he's here unless he has the football in his hand.
And then you know he's there.
Second down. Sean Porter wants to throw it again. Now he's got a lot of running room. And closed up nicely. Priest Thomas recognized the run and came up for a gain of 6 yards as he forces Porter out of bounds, a gain of 6.
Well, Porter, as he goes back to pass here now, no one's open downfield. Good job by the Wildcat defense playing zone coverage back here. The thing he's got to do now, once he's made his mind up to run, he really needs to run. He's shows a little bit of junior inexperience of not really turning it on and knowing exactly how far he's got to get that first down.
3rd down and 5. Stepped out of bounds just shy of the 25-yard line.
Big 3rd down play for Yates now. Otherwise, they'll turn it right back over to Temple, and Temple has good field position.
3 of 5 on 3rd down conversions for the Lions. Gerald Moore hitting the backfield, won't go down to the 32-yard line, and a Yates first down. That was sheer extra effort by Gerald Moore.
Folks, that was a 7-yard run. It's going to give him a first down. As good as any run you're going to see. Take a look at the athletic ability. Right now, he's in trouble. He's got an arm wrapped around him. There's 2-3 tacklers go after him. Makes another one miss. Another one misses. And he strides forward and picks up the first down. everything you want to see in a great back, he showed you right there. Ability to make people miss tackles, showed speed, and knowing how far he had to go to get the first down. Wow, what a play that was.
They go inside this time to Robert Jackson, 231-pound sophomore, getting his first carry of the afternoon. Joel Amos and Deshae Martin on the stop for Temple. Maurice McGowan done an outstanding job this year with this program.
Talking to Puddin Jones, his offensive coordinator, who's upstairs, calling the plays down to him. Communication going on.
Second down, 8. Porter, the quick hit. Throws it incomplete. He was looking for Brady Bob on the quick cut, and he had him open.
Yeah, didn't get his feet in very good position. He was going to his left, but didn't get his feet in position to throw the ball. Had more time, I think, than he maybe anticipated. Let's see what goes on the sideline. A couple of backs over there, Wilson and Watson, and talking it over. What's going on? That's the two Watson brothers over there, I believe. Another big third down play for Yates.
4 of 6 on the conversion. Porter throws it, and it's complete. Vaughn Dickerson has the first down to the 45-yard line. Priest, Thomas, and Tony Lott for the stop, and that's another big catch for Vaughn Dickerson.
Well, it's another big third down play for Yates now. Well, you know Dickerson, after the mistake he made on special teams, really wanted to catch this ball. Roll out to his left. Temple in zone coverage. Dickerson gets behind the linebackers, underneath the secondary. Good job of trying to recover. Greg Norman trying to recover in and make the play, but another big first down for Yates.
Counting down to 5.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Temple leading the Yates Lions 17-14 as they pitch it back. Gerald Moore. Moore out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Derek Bates with the stop.
Bates is a good defensive back, 5'9", 160-pounder. But what's Moore used his extra speed. Very deceptive. Take a look. He's running under control there. But now he spots this. Now watch him turn around a little bit. Yates almost underestimates. They had to grab him from behind to get him. He almost put the move on there to get beyond Yates and go to the end zone.
And picked up 14 yards. You see the numbers on him for the game.
And you're talking about in the state championship final game, putting those kind of numbers on in the first half.
A full house backfield. First down and 10. The blockers in front. Gerald Moore cuts up, flags down. And a gain of 9 yards, but this one may come back on Shea Martin. And Dana President making the stop for Temple. Check the marker.
It's definitely got to be against Yates where that's still throwing. I think Moore, yeah, I thought he got a little shaken up when he went down on this play. It looked like he started to come to the sideline.
Decided against it. By the time he got to the hash mark, he realized they wasn't hurt that bad after all.
No, he's still going to come out. I think they're going to come out and give him a little breather here. Well, I've seen enough to know he's a great top college prospect, I'll tell you that.
Offense, holding, 10-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
That'll back it up to make it a first down and 20.
Well, two big 15-yard holding penalties on Yates.
Four wide receivers set. As Edward Jackson a single setback. Porter wants it big again. And this one out of bounds. It was intended for Kendrick Jones. David Atkinson had to cover it step for step.
But that's what that first down and 25-yard penalty does, Corey. It really puts you in a 20-yard situation, puts you in a position. You have to do things you really don't want to do. Use patience to pick up maybe half of that on that first down play. McGowan, of course, taking the plays in from the sideline.
And Yates will take a timeout. So a timeout on the field. 4:52 to play, second quarter. Temple by 3.
Once again, it will happen. Someone will pick out a tree that's too big for the room, drop off some warm clothes, light the candle on the third night, experiment with the turkey baster, watch all 18 bowl games. And someone will sing slightly off key with all her heart. Happy holidays from Bank of America.
Hello, I'm Mark Evans. At this special time of year, I'd like to share this poem with you. Christmas is for kids, someone once said, a time for that magical visit while they're all safe in bed. Christmas is for kids with the receiving of toys. We all enjoy the giving to our good girls and boys. Christmas is for kids. It's a story of love with the best gift ever from the great one above. Christmas is for kids, someone once said, but I think it's for the kid in all of us instead. Happy holidays from all of us at Friendly Chevrolet.
Nothing quenches your thirst and puts back fluids and minerals better than Gatorade.
Temple leading it by 3. Craig Way, you staying dry down there or sticking with Craig Way on the sideline?
Well, Kevin, I'm trying to stay dry, but it is starting to rain. As you can look up, you can see the umbrellas have popped out here at Memorial Stadium. It's started to come down. It's a steady drizzle, not heavy right now, but it could affect the footing.
All right, thank you, Craig. Gerald Moore looks like he wants to throw it, and he will. And it's incomplete, almost picked off. That's why Gerald Moore doesn't throw the football very often.
Well, that's kind of an obvious situation when you got second down and long. It's pretty difficult to get a trick play going on a situation like that. The defense is laying back a little bit. They know that they can give up some yardage, so it really would have been a great play if they'd been able to pull it off.
So now 3rd down and 20 coming. Yates on 3rd down is 5 of 7 this afternoon, and the average yards needed on those 3rd downs, over 6 yards at 3rd down.
Yeah, but this is 3rd down and 20. This is difficult to pick up. You know, talking about that trick play, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see both teams use some trick plays throughout the course of this afternoon.
The whistles blow.
Probably the 25-second count.
Offhand. We'll make it 3rd down and 25. Maurice McGowan and his Yates Lions last state championship in 1985. They beat Odessa Permian 37-10. Maurice McGowan, of course, was not the head coach at that time.
They hold the record. They've been in the 16 years in a row. They've been in the playoffs. The state record.
3rd down, 24. Sean Porter sets in the pocket, throws downfield for Kendrick Jones, and it's picked off. This one taken down by Derek Bates. That's his 2nd INT of the afternoon.
Well, that one is just as good as a punt, though, from Yates' standpoint. If that pass had been incomplete, they'd have loved to have the ball punted down the 10-yard line. He's throwing this up for grabs. No reason not to gamble. Puts it way high in the air. As Bates comes across from the middle of the field, makes the interception, he goes down on the 10-yard line. So from Yates' standpoint, that's basically the same as a punt.
17-14, Temple leads it. Turnovers have been a factor on a foggy, wet afternoon in Austin, Texas. The 5th of the game. They hand it off Gerald Watson. Watson collared by Benny Hamilton, the inside linebacker. Also, Q Kelly in on the stop, a 237-pound sophomore.
Trying to run the play where they pulled both the guard and tackle. See, Beards and Soldiers were going up to the hole. Well, she passed up the 55. Benny Hamlin come from that inside. That time, Soldier should have turned back to the inside and picked him up. They might have had a big gainer. Good job by Benny Hamilton. He stepped it in for the injured Oscar Smallwood.
Maurice McGowan told us yesterday if there was ever a game we needed Oscar Smallwood, it was this one. And Benny Hamilton, needless to say, has big shoes to fill. Wallace King trips up Gerald Watson as we go under 4 minutes to play in the first half.
Tried to run a little quick trap up the middle. Shoestring tackle by the Yates defensive lineman. Going. And now Coach McQueen over there cheering him on. Knows that this is a big 3rd down play here with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half. Should they not pick it up, Yates would probably get good field position.
So 3rd down, call it 4. Watson a single setback. And he'll throw. First down and more. But Damian Johnson, great hands, but he's so elusive when he catches the football. Keith Hargrove finally knocks him down. That is the 42nd catch of the season, and he averages 20 yards a reception.
Again, he's another All-Stater. Good look. This is just a quick out pass here, so he wants to get to Johnson, knowing that Johnson pick up the first down. Andrew Cooper unable to make the tackle. If he had made the tackle, it would have been very close from the spot of the ball whether he had made the first down. Johnson averaging 20 yards a catch per carry. 5 touchdowns, runs a 4.5.
Watson cuts back. Watson at midfield may score. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 74 yards.
Well, we told you on top we had some 1,000-yard runners and some all-state running backs, and you're seeing what right there, the exhibition we're seeing is just a good blocker, good running. Here comes the play right at you. Trying to go inside, and watch him make the move and choose his speed. Makes a tackle and miss right there. Now he's using his speed. They can't catch him from behind. And now it's a foot race. Philip Kempner finally runs him down on about the, I guess the 2-yard line. Nope. That's Walter Kempner, his brother, coming across to help him out.
And Kemper saved the touchdown with that 74-yard run. Gerald Watson over the century mark. 7 carries. I'll take a 15-yard a carry average. Bob McQueen happy with what he is seeing here in this second quarter. And both teams have really gotten after it.
That'll win you a lot of football games every 15 yards a carry.
I would say so. 2:45 on a stop clock. Temple leading 17-14 and looking for more. Take a look at the Texas UIL All-State team.
Of course, we talked about Birds and Goldner from Temple on the first-team offensive lineman. Middleton from Westbrook going down through there. See someone from your town, Title League, Fred Coleman.
We saw Gerard Douglas last week from Converse Judson. He is a great one. And the defense.
There's Press Thomas from Temple who's playing in this ball game. A couple of Dallas Carters, Odessa Permian, Dallas Kimball.
Notice something there is not one player on either one of those teams from the Houston area. They hand it off. Touchdown Temple. Gerald Watson, touchdown number 2 of the day, 19 of the season.
Well, Temple now comes back with 14 unanswered points. Gerald Watson just going behind Dolgener. He buried the defensive lineman, takes it in now. They're going to run behind Dolgener and Beard most of the ball game, and you can understand why. Both of them first-team All-State. That's right now. So that's more like it.
Magana for the 10-point lead, and he's good. So 2:43 to play. Temple saw Yates score 14 unanswered. They come back with 14 unanswered of their own, and they lead at 24-14. Neither one of these teams have a whole lot of give-up in them, do they?
Oh, I don't think they know what that is. Both these teams have some adversity. Temple, of course, tremendous early season schedule. They really beat some good football teams. They beat, Odessa Permian, San Angelo Central. Big win over Converse Judson, who won the 5A last week ball game. They defeated Tyler Lee. They defeated Waco. They played a tough schedule. You talk about Yates, what adversity those youngsters had to overcome. They didn't have a practice field at the start of the year. Went 4 games. They had on Mondays they went to the University of Houston. Tuesdays they had to go to a middle school where the practice with 7th, 8th graders. Wednesday to Texas Southern, and Thursday back to U of H. They went 4 games into the season doing that type of schedule. I'm sure half the time they didn't know where they were practicing.
And look at the rushing yards. Watson with 107 of Temple's 188. Scoring drive.
Well, 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go in this type of ball game. You never know what can happen with it. Again, the speed and ability.
2:43 left. This kick comes to Vaughn Dickerson. Dickerson out to the 18-yard line.
Godfrey Johnson, one of the offensive linemen, starting right tackle, is a good player. Johnson, 6'3", 262-pound senior, 4'9" runner. Could be a good college prospect. A little shaken up. He's going to have to come out for one play.
24-14.
Fortunately, looks like he's okay, though.
Up 2:35 to play. The scoring that we have seen so far in this game. Wouldn't be surprised to see some more points tacked on the board before the intermission.
Milton Powell, under 74, going in there as a replacement.
On 1st and 10 out. Gerald Moore, a gain of 6 yards, 2nd down and 4 to come. And Gerald Moore has been impressive here in the first half. Joel Amos making a tackle. The left tackle, 6'1", 236-pound senior.
Well, you have to like what you're seeing of Gerald Moore. If you're a college coach and he has the academic grades, you're going to be like chasing one like that. He's a player.
15 carries, 85 yards for Gerald Moore. 2nd down and 4 after the gain of 6. Why not? Hand it to him again. Gerald Moore picks up another Yates first down.
Well, he was just about an ankle away from maybe breaking a long one. Coach Ronald Miller, the defensive coordinator, talking to the Yates defensive players about what they're doing wrong, making the adjustments, trying to get them to realize that play your gap, play your defense, play what's called, and tackle. Most important, tackle.
Well, we've seen 5 turnovers so far in this game in the first half alone. As Yates appearing to be content to take it into the locker room down by 10 as we count down to 90 seconds to play in the first half. Full house backfield. Gerald Moore again. And Moore on first down will go ahead for a gain of 5. Dana President. First Wildcat to get to him.
Defensive coordinator from Temple over there, signaling the plays in. Didn't give them the signals.
Their defense
calls the front, calls the coverages, any type of game they want to have going on.
They're 2nd down and 12. Under a minute to play in the first half. Again, Gerald Moore, scoop move, trying to get outside. Moore cuts it back up to the 44-yard line. As much second effort as you will see from any back. Noah Dunham with the tackle.
Well, I think he's hurting a little bit. You just watch this and watch the marvel of what he does. He makes a fake here, makes a little juke. Dana President misses, makes another move to the inside. Tries to get Martin out of the way. Now watch at the end here. Watch him put that hand down for his balance to go forward and pick up about 5 more yards with great balance. 5'10", 228-pounder. I can see now why a lot of people looks like he might have a problem with his back. It looks like he's been favoring that. I can see why people have been comparing him to Earl Campbell. Pretty good statistics. 18 rushes for 105 yards in the first half. And he's been playing hurt here midway through the second quarter on.
We've got 2 backs in this game over 100 yards already before halftime. Gerald Watson up around 103 yards. Of course, Moore at 105. So a timeout with 23 seconds to play. Bob McQueen in his 21st year at the helm of the Temple Wildcats feels that this may be the best team he has had. And last time he was here in 1979 when he won a state championship with Kenneth Davis and company. Now let's go down for a Gatorade sideline update with Craig Way.
Kevin, we want to remind folks coming up at halftime, we're going to take a look at both the Temple High School Wildcat Marching Band and the Jack Yates High School Marching Band. We'll also hear from the athletic director of the UIL, Dr. Bill Farney. We'll take a look back at each of these team seasons, what brought them to the state championship game.
All right, thank you, Craig. Timeout with 23 seconds left. You can see the Yates Band getting set to perform here at halftime at Memorial Stadium. They've been tough. You know, a lot of times when you see the rain come down, band will stay on the bus or stay at the hotel in this case, but they're out there ready to perform.
Take a look at number 1. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I throw the ball down there deep to see if they get a cheap touchdown on him. No, they're still running it.
Edward Jackson on what may be the last play of the first half. Joel Amos stopped him.
Another timeout taken, I believe. No, now they're winding the clock.
They'll let the clock run out. I don't understand.
I think they want to get in the half. I think he wants to get in the halftime, kind of talk things over with his football team. For some reason,
and that'll do it.
For some reason, the coaching staff is yakking at that one official on the sideline about something. They're unhappy about something. McGowan talking to the official. Something what happened down there that they didn't appreciate. In fact, the entire coaching staff is talking to that official.
Well, they aren't happy. Maurice McGowan voicing his displeasure, and Bob McQueen knows that his team is up by 10, but still another half of football to play as they have seen this Jack Yates team come from a 10-point deficit in no time at all to go ahead. So we're at halftime at Memorial Stadium in Austin, the 5A Division II state championship game, and Temple leads at 24-14. We're going to step out when we come back. It'll be Craig Way down the sideline.
Bowling's best team up for the ABC National Team Challenge. The game's top talent from across the country roll for regional wins and a berth in the finals. The ABC National Team Challenge, a new stop every month on HSE.
What the heck is going on around here? Hey, the doggone highway's coming through, so we've got to move. Oh, great. Right before Christmas. Perfect timing. But it's your chance to save up to 70% on close to $1 million worth of waterbeds, soft sides, bedding, and more. Ha! Even the pictures on the wall got to go. Whoa, I'm not moving all this stuff. No way. So bring your trucks, bring your bucks, and haul your buns down to Bedmart, and let's make some deals. Then we can move to our new location and just keep putting Austin to bed.
This Christmas, give the greatest gift of all, better health with home fitness equipment from Body Biz.
We've got everything you need for your home gym. Take home the ultimate free weight system by Body Smith, starting at $749, and get the 310-pound Olympic weight set absolutely free. Or shape up with a stair climber for just $299.
So give the gift of better health with fitness equipment from Body Biz, where fitness is not an option.
An international feel. Match sailing's toughest competition. Be a part of the strategy, skill, and teamwork as savvy crews guide their ships to victory. The Omega Grand Prix of Sailing. Watch it all season on HSE.
Back at Memorial Stadium in Austin, halftime of the Class 5A Division II state championship game. And it's the Temple Wildcats on top of the Yates Lions of Houston, 24-14. Craig Way back with you at Memorial Stadium. As we mentioned at the top of the telecast, it is rainy and kind of dreary today. Not excessively cold, but it is damp, very humid. But again, that hasn't dampened the spirits not only of the 25,000 fans who are here at Memorial Stadium, but also of the two high school marching bands that are taking part in the halftime activities. We begin with a look at the Temple High School Marching Band with their unique version of Night of the Condor set to a Christmas theme.
Southwest Airlines, friends fly free for business, too. For example, if done by the ticket, Bradstreet flies free. Buy one round-trip ticket at Southwest Airlines' regular low unrestricted fare, and your friend flies with you, free. So if Vaush buys a ticket, Lom flies free. Or if Ben buys a ticket, Jerry flies free. Friends fly free for business. Only on Southwest Airlines. Just plain smart.
Nobody can do. Nobody can do. Nobody can do.
Batter dipped, crisp, and hot. Nobody serves up the taste that Long John's has got. Go for one of our 3 great value meals, each just $1.99, and add a piece.
The Universities of the Southwest Conference. We are educating today's young people to be America's leaders of tomorrow. If it weren't for your investment in higher education, the people of Brownsville wouldn't have Carmen Rocco to treat their children. Students in Houston wouldn't have David Murphy to teach them math. And if it weren't for Howard Creasy, the cows of Brenham might not be as famous as they are today. The Universities of the Southwest Conference. Without us, Texas is out of the game. The rain has subsided here at Memorial Stadium in Austin, and that has enabled the Temple High School Marching Band to be even more entertaining to the throng of supporters who have come down from the heart of Texas. Pick up a little more of the Temple High School Wildcat Marching Band. Back in Memorial Stadium at halftime, Craig Way now joined by the athletic director of the University Interscholastic League, Dr. Bill Farney. We talked about the busyness of last weekend. How about today with 5 state championships going on across the state?
Craig, we have staff members spread all over the state in Houston, and we'll be in Waco tonight, and then, of course, in San Angelo. And so we are very busy, and it's a wonderful time, a very exciting time for us.
Let's talk a little bit about the transition now. This is the final day of high school football across the state of Texas. Where goes the UIL now, the transition made not only into the other areas of athletic expertise, but outside the field of athletics?
Well, Craig, at this time, of course, we're gearing up for our great spring meet activities, which is the literary, academic contest, fine arts, music, one-act play, calculator applications. And, of course, there's many more youngsters participate in this activity than they actually do in the athletic portions. But, of course, everybody knows about athletics, and so they are excited about that. But we are excited about all of our activities, and we believe that youngsters get a lot of leadership training and a lot of future success from their participation in the activities we have. And, you know, the league was founded in 1910 on the academic contest, and, of course, the athletics came later.
And, of course, those academic contests, the predominance of them right here in Austin?
Right. Our state contests are here in Austin, but throughout all the state, at colleges and universities throughout the state, and, of course, into the high schools also, we have the district and the regional level competition in those activities. And, of course, they'll culminate in the state championship here in Austin in May. So we are justifiably proud. We've had a number of activities to already occur. We've had the state marching band contest. We've had our state cross-country meet, state volleyball tournament, team tennis. And now we are getting into swimming and diving. Of course, basketball is cranked up. And we'll have a new sport this year if the State Board of Education approves it, and that's girls softball, which will have a state championship in May.
What do you think is some of the biggest challenges the UIL faces in today's society with the high schools across the state of Texas?
Well, I think the biggest challenge we have, Craig, is the school superintendents and school boards across the state of Texas in financing their programs. In today's educational climate and in today's economic climate, we know, and I think most people know, the value of extracurricular activities, but the school people are going to have to justify those costs, however small they may be, in a public that is probably tired of paying taxes. So we feel the biggest challenge is for people to continue to support their activities at the local level in view of the fact that tax increases are possible. The state legislature has a large task ahead in for determining what kind of school finance program we're going to have. So that is our challenge. But we would hope that in our society that we could continue to offer these activities to youngsters, because offered through the school, they're educational, and if they are educational, they mean a whole lot to the kids.
All right, thanks for the time again.
Thank you, Craig.
That's Dr. Bill Farney, the athletic director of the University Interscholastic League. Score, Temple on top here at the half, on top of the Yates Lions from Houston. 24-14 is the halftime score. Now, as we told you, this is just one of 5 state championship games being played today. As a matter of fact, one game is underway, kicked off at the Astrodome at high noon. The Class 2A state championship game. Schulenburg, the defending state champion, now lead the Gold Plate Eagles 21-7. That contest is in the third quarter. Schulenburg looking for back-to-back state titles, and they are one tough football team in Class 2A. The 1A state championship contest will have a 2 o'clock kickoff at Memorial Stadium in San Angelo. The surprising Hornets of Sudan coming out of the South Plains, taking on the state's top-ranked school, the Bartlett Bulldogs. Bartlett has been number 1 in Class 1A in the state of Texas throughout the season, although Bartlett has been tested severely throughout the playoffs. That should be a very entertaining contest played out in the Concho Valley in San Angelo this afternoon, Sudan and Bartlett. Now, the other games being played today, the 4A state championship game kicks off at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Top-ranked and undefeated Waxahachie at 15-0 takes on the state's defending champion in Class 4A, the Tigers of A&M Consolidated. A&M back to the state finals again for the third time in 4 years. As a matter of fact, A&M Consolidated established a brand-new record in Texas high school football this year, becoming the first team in Texas high school football history to win 14 games in 4 consecutive seasons. Waxahachie, however, is number 1 in the state and is coming off a 70-6 victory over Lubbock Estacado in the state semifinals at Texas Stadium last Saturday. That should be an entertaining contest. And the 3A state championship game being played tonight in Waco, the final high school football game of the year in Texas. South Lake Carroll, number 1 in the state and undefeated, takes on the Cold Spring Trojans at 14-1 in Waco. We're at halftime here at Memorial Stadium in Austin. The score, Temple 24, Houston Yates 14. Stay with us. We have plenty more coming up from the campus of the University of Texas in this 5A Division II state championship contest.
Sundays at 8 on HSE.
Dorothy quit one contact sport for another.
What's the difference between this and hockey? Women.
It's a whole new world. We're going to make you shave your legs.
Don't quit your day job.
There's only 2 things I do really well, sweetheart, and skating's the other one.
I'm telling you, I'm good. He's out to make it his own. The cutting edge. Go for the gold. Order the cutting edge on Viewer's Choice.
It's incredible. Yates Furniture is offering terms of $10 down and $10 a month interest-free for the first year. Regardless, I said regardless of purchase size. Select from Yates Furniture's huge entire fine quality inventory. Buy $500, $5,000, $10,000 worth or more. Bite off as much as you can chew and pay just $10 down and $10 a month interest-free for the first year. This incredible offer ends this weekend. Hurry to Yates Furniture.
Bowling Fest team up for the ABC National Team Challenge. The game's top talent from across the country roll for regional wins and a berth in the finals. The ABC National Team Challenge, a new stop every month on HSE.
Temple is looking for its second state championship, and the Wildcats are halfway there. We're at halftime, and the Wildcats lead the Lions of Jack Yates High School in Houston. The 5A Division II state championship contest is 24-14. You know, there are several outstanding players on the field today, as well as in the other state championship game, and there have been several outstanding players who have demonstrated their skills on the football field throughout this 1992 high school football season in Texas. But even beyond that, there have been several young men who have demonstrated their skills and abilities not only on the field, but in the classroom. And that's what the Alamo Scholar Athlete of the Week has been all about this year on the Alamo High School Extra on Home Sports Entertainment. Throughout the season, we have been able to showcase some of these outstanding athletes, not only from the field, but in the classroom. Each of these young men will receive a $500 scholarship upon graduation for the university of his choice. Now, as we look back at some of these outstanding athletes, you'll see that it is a wide variety of places, not only across Texas, but in also their skills in the classroom away from the football field. Joshua Unruh from Wimberley Secondary School leads off our group of scholar athletes. An excellent student, Josh, a member of the Student Council and Spanish Club. Scott Peach of Lamar High in Arlington has a 4.3 grade point average and is the president of the senior class. Our next athlete, Michael Yannick of Tolosa Midway with a 93.8 grade point average and an Eagle Scout. Daryl Bennett of Houston Lamar High School is a member of the National Honor Society, German Honor Society, and a 4.3 grade point average. Odessa High School's Eric Hartman is next. He, too, has a 4.3 GPA, a member of the National Honor Society, Student Council, and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Robert Brown of Southwest High in San Antonio sports a 3.8 grade point average as president of the National Honor Society and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Michael Gilliland of Floyd Ada High School is our next athlete. Michael finished first in his class academically for 3 years and second in the state science fair. Ivan Rodriguez of Isleta High has a 97.18 grade point average, a member of the National Honor Society and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Waco High School's Andy Powell, vice president of the National Honor Society and a National Merit Commended student with a 4.0 GPA. Stephen Davis of Clarendon High is an Eagle Scout, Student Council member, and Honor Award C winner in History and Biology. Kevin Choate of Hampshire Finette High School is our next athlete. Kevin's a member of the National Honor Society and voted Outstanding Chemistry student in his class. Gant Grimes of Ryder High School in Wichita Falls has a 4.2 GPA, a member of the National Honor Society, and a National Merit Commended student. Freer High School, Frank Gonzalez sports a 95.5 grade point and is a member of the National Honor Society as well as an outstanding member of their football team. Chad Ezel of Abilene High, an amazing 100.3 GPA, a National Merit Commended student and a member of the National Honor Society. And our final scholar athlete is Robert Ordonez of Coronado High School in Lubbock. Robert is a member of the National Honor Society and has been recognized for outstanding achievement in biology and geometry. Now, in addition to the fact that we've honored these young men throughout the football season, the Alamo High School Extra is going to come your way again starting in January to showcase the outstanding student athletes in both boys and girls sports in the winter and spring sports. You'll be able to watch that, the Alamo High School Extra, every Wednesday evening at 6:30 and Friday afternoon as well. And those Alamo Scholar Athletes of the Week will showcase not only outstanding male athletes, but the female athletes as well, away from the football field as we take a look at the other winter and spring sports. It's halftime here, 24-14. We've seen the Temple High School Marching Band. Now let's take a look at the high school marching band from Jack Yates High in Houston. call it marching motion. A halftime marching band of Jack Yates High School in Houston. 24-14 is our halftime score here. Temple leading the Yates Lions. Now, each team had to win 5 games to reach the state championship round. Let's take a look back and see the road to the state championship game for the Temple Wildcats and the Yates Lions. Temple's run to the state championship game began with a cakewalk through the first 3 rounds. In victories over Round Rock, Huntsville, and Richardson, the Wildcats amassed an average of 56 points per game and outscored their opponents by 36 points per game. In the quarterfinals, the Wildcats were tested by another group of Wildcats from Lake Highlands, and then in the state semifinal round, Temple took on Amarillo High. In the second quarter, Gerald Watson scored from 19 yards out to put Temple up 7-0. Delarius Wilson would follow up with this 4-yard run, just getting the nose of the football across the goal line. It was 14-0 Temple. In the third quarter, Greg Watson would take the pitch on the reverse. He's going to break this game wide open, going 52 yards down the sideline, and Temple goes on top 24-0. This game, no contest in the second half. Bob McQueen and the Temple Wildcats going back to state in the state championship round, defeating Amarillo 38-7. Houston Yates got there in a slightly different fashion. After a by-district victory over Cy Creek, the Jack Yates Lions were tested, first by the Stratford Spartans. Then after a somewhat easy victory over Aldine MacArthur, Yates moved on to the quarterfinal round and had to rally to defeat Katy. In the state semifinal round, it was San Antonio Holmes which really challenged the Lions. Holmes' outstanding quarterback Tony Darden hit Brandon Larson with an early 6-yard touchdown pass. Holmes was up 13-7. Yates up in the second quarter 14-13, and Gerald Moore takes over. Moore, who would rush for 285 yards on the day, adds this 77-yard dash to go with a 79-yard touchdown run, and Yates is on top. Yates would then see Holmes come back. A long touchdown pass, Darden to Sean Wright from 41 yards out. That made it 41-39 in the waning seconds, but Holmes was unable to recover the onside kick. Jack Yates High School back in the state championship round for the 3rd time in school history, 41-39 the final. Halftime here, 24-14 as the Jack Yates marching band comes off the field. We'll be back to take a look at the first half statistics and highlights of this when we continue from the 5A Division II state championship game here in Austin.
Nobody covers Texas football like HSE with 16 reporters across the state. Each week's show has complete coverage of the best high school football in the country. Texas high school football. There's highlights, coaches, players, and features designed to keep you in touch with all the action throughout the Lone Star State. It's all right here on High School Extra. Wednesdays at 6:30 on HSE.
We tested in laboratories. We tested on the asphalt, in the park, and on the road. We tested when it's 102 and there is no shade. And we found that nothing replaces fluids and minerals and quenches a thirst better than Gatorade. It's been proven again and again. But just to keep us on our toes, we tested over and over again in the highest court in the land.
Hey, Dad, what's this?
That's Proline's No-Lie Comb Through Relaxer, a texturizer just for us men.
Texture what?
Texturizer. Makes hair softer and more manageable. Mom got one for you, too. Want to try it?
Yeah.
I just comb the relaxer through, rinse, and shampoo. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Now that's what I call comb-through softness.
Proline's Comb Through Relaxer for men, the easy, no-lie way of texturizing your natural hair for under $4.
The rain has stopped here in Austin. The sun is trying to peek through the clouds here at Memorial Stadium. And we're halfway through this 5A Division II state championship game. Let's go back up to Luke, Kevin Eschenfelder, and Ed Biles. What do those first half highlights and statistics reveal?
All right, thank you, Craig. Well, it's been a story of a couple of Geralds so far in the first half. Gerald Watson for Temple, over 100 yards. Gerald Moore, of course, for Yates, over 100 yards in rushing. Let's take a look at some of those first half statistics, or excuse me, first half highlights. And this is the way Temple got on the board first. And Temple already ahead 3-0. And this is Gerald of the Moore. And he goes in from 2 yards out. And Temple led it 10-0. Then, as well as you can execute a football play here, Jack Yates does it as Brady Bob down deep. And Sean Porter does a great job putting it there.
The Grady Bob, great catch over the top of the shoulders, takes it in the end zone. Yates, late in the first quarter, gets that first touchdown. They come back early in the second quarter to fight their way back to take the lead in the ball game. On this play here, where Moore just shows everything is right back into it. Shows speed going to the outside. As he gets to the end of this play, makes a move in, comes back out. Now he shows for speed. Watching dive to get it into the end zone, and that puts Yates ahead at that stage, 14-10.
And Temple comes right back with 14 points unanswered of their own in the first half.
Just a great job here by Temple in this situation. The rollout, fake. Woodson takes it down and gets it all the way down into about the 1-yard line. Then they go into score from there.
That 19-yard run, the big key. And he'll hand it off one more time. This is Darius Wilson, and Wilson just walks into the end zone. And that's where we stand right now, 24-14. Let's take a look at the first half statistics. And this statistical update is being brought to you by Bank of America, banking on America.
Well, Yates with 10 first downs to Temple 9. Yates with 94 yards passing to Temple 22. The passing game opened up a little bit for Yates' running game. 122 yards rushing, Temple 188 yards rushing. Time of possession, all Yates, 15 minutes to 8. Third down, Yates 5 out of 8, Temple 2 out of 4. Of course, both teams with 3 penalties. Yates with a couple of costly penalties there, though, when they had first down situation. Ball game was all kind of decided there late with the special teams don't really show up there. The fact that a couple special teams mistakes by Yates early in the ball game gave Temple those early 10 points that they put on there. Right now, Yates has to come back here to start of the third quarter with a little bit of more poise than they had at the end of the first half.
And Temple should have the football to start here in the second half of play. 14 unanswered for Yates, then followed by 14 unanswered for Temple. And we're at 24-14 to start the third quarter of play here at Austin's Memorial Stadium. With Craig Way and Ed Biles, I'm Kevin Eschenfelder. 5A Division II championship.
Well, I think it's extremely important defensive series for Yates, with them having to kick off to start here the second half and trailing by 10. Extremely important that the defense has made the adjustment, slows down the Temple running game. The key's going to be slowing down that running game. When they forced Temple to pass, they got those 2 interceptions, again, late in the first quarter, early part of the second quarter, but they've got to slow that running game down and get the ball back for their offense. Very important series coming up right now for Yates. Well, Yates Lions.
So Wallace King with it teed up, and we're underway here in the second half of play. And this one will come to Gerald Watson. Watson moves it ahead for a good return out across the 32-yard line. So good field position once again for Temple.
Well, great effort by Price to go down there and try to break the wedge coming up the middle there.
Adrian Woodson had a first half in which he threw a couple of interceptions. This is a young man that throws, when you add it up and divide it out, 1 interception in every 55 attempts. Delarius Wilson to the 45-yard line. Philip Kemper with the stop and may have saved the touchdown on the first play of the second half. 12-yard pickup.
Start out running that ball, coming straight ahead, right man-to-man blocking by the offensive line. Just continue to control that offensive line of scrimmage.
Delarius Wilson, honorable mention All-Stater. 9 carries, 74 yards this afternoon. Fumble on the play. Yates football. Oscar Clay.
There's a penalty on the play, though. There is a penalty on the play. Let's see what the penalty is. That could be a big call if Yates happened to line up all sides on this play.
Well, it's holding against Temple.
A little bit Yates football then. Big turnover, big play.
Now, are they going to rule that Yates recovered the football? Looks like there wasn't any doubt. Oscar Clay got the ball.
Wow.
Why should there be any discussion whatsoever?
Well, maybe Yates didn't get the football. Let's see this call.
Offense.
Holding. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
I guess they will. That's the case. Oscar Clay didn't recover it after all.
Well, let's see. It looked like Yates had recovered the fumble. Here's the play. Missed the handoff. Didn't get out on the hip. Looks right there like Yates had the ball, but apparently Temple got in there and recovered it, took it away from him.
Oh, Delarius Wilson. They had came in there and gotten it at the end, but Wilson finds the going rush up in the front.
Good play by Keith Hargrove, I think, came in there from behind to make the play. Linebacker knifing in from the backside. He's trying to pull the lineman, and Hargrove comes underneath and makes the play. King, 3-year starter, one of the captains.
265-pound senior. Now second down and 19.
Woodson audible on this play at the line of scrimmage.
They say he'll audible 20% of the time. He throws it in the flat, and it's complete. This is Greg Watson, the brother of Gerald Watson. The first time we have seen him today. Landry Cooper and Troyline Griffin pushed him out of bounds.
Well, Greg, of course, is the senior of the brothers.
Reception number 39 of the season.
This is the thing, both Wilson and Gerald Watson are juniors who will return to Temple next year.
And that is 2,000-plus yard rushers will be back for their senior year. Woodson on third down and 14. Guns it. Complete. Short of a first down. Troyline Griffin was there when Scott Marvick caught the football and knocked him off his feet. It'll be fourth down coming. And we were talking in the break, this first defensive stand for Yates was going to be big.
Yeah, good play by Griffin, realizing they needed 14 yards. They catch the ball underneath, make the tackle. Now Yates should get the ball. First punt of the ball game for the Wildcats.
And Yates has only punted it once. Brady Bobb back deep is Adrian second, not Adrian Woodson. That is Richard Mata. And a punt. And he kicks it away. Good kick. Ron Dickerson did a great job getting it out to the 15-yard line. He was in a lot of trouble back at the 3.
But again, he catches the ball inside the 5-yard line.
Well, timeout on the field, 9:39 to play third quarter. We break it. Temple by 10.
Once again, it will happen. Someone will pick out a tree that's too big for the room, drop off some warm clothes, light the candle on the third night, experiment with the turkey baster, watch all 18 bowl games, and someone will sing slightly off key with all her heart. Happy holidays from Bank of America.
The Universities of the Southwest Conference. We are educating today's young people to be America's leaders of tomorrow. If it weren't for your investment in higher education, the people of Brownsville wouldn't have Carmen Rocco to treat their children. Students in Houston wouldn't have David Murphy to teach them math. And if it weren't for Howard Cruzy, the cows of Brenham might not be as famous as they are today. The Universities of the Southwest Conference. Without us, Texas is out of the game.
What's a point guard? He's the quarterback. He makes things happen. He's got to be a great passer because that ball has got to be bang.
Sleepy in the open court. Sleepy, for 2.
He's got to be able to run the offensive flow from the dribble.
The 3 on the shot clock. Down to 2.
He has the ball 85% of the time. Cannot win without it.
Dallas and Houston live Saturday night at 7:30 on HSE.
Temple leads it by 10, 24-14. Nice crowd on hand. Also up in the press box. Everybody out on Media Row. Well, today's 5A Division II game is not only being broadcast on HSE, but also on the UIL Diamond Shamrock Radio Network with Brad Denton and Chuck Kelly at the microphone.
There's a shot in the press box there of Bob Allen with his binoculars looking down at the field.
There's Delarius Wilson checking out. It appears you're looking at now the left knee. Sports medicine staff attending to him.
And now the defense has stopped him for Yates. See if their offense can get back in the ball game.
That's the gain of 1, second down and 9. Looking to throw in a lot of trouble and will go down. Porter couldn't find anyone downfield. Churchwell was there first. Joel Amos finished him off.
Good job by the secondary, though, of Temple. Give the defensive secondary. He had plenty of time to throw the ball. Good protection. No one's open. Now he's got to scramble around for a while. After a while, your protection will break down. That was a coverage sack from Temple's standpoint.
Joel Amos with a big play. Talk about an exciting game. There's been 14 drives between these two teams in this game. We've had 6 scores, 5 turnovers, and only 2 punts. And we're 4.5 minutes deep, make it 3.5 minutes deep in the third quarter. Gerald Moore. Moore cuts it back where he's short of the first down. Churchwell and Amos again on the stop for Temple.
Gerald Moore must be hurt. When he cut that back, he didn't cut it back with the same gentleness he did in the first half of the ball game. Trying to get the ball to the outside here, and he's running and picking a little bit. But when he makes the move back in here, he just doesn't seem to have that quite. Evidently, that back must be bothering him quite a bit.
Cedric Dennis to punt it away.
Number 26.
And the punt comes to Damian Johnson with plenty of room to return it. Needs a block, and he's out of bounds. Temple was great field position for their second possession of the third quarter. Landry Cooper knocked him out of bounds.
And once again, special teams have been a problem for Yates here this afternoon.
And you saw Delarius Wilson leave the field. They're going to check him out. Timeout on the field with 7.5 minutes to play. 24-14, Temple leads it.
It's almost as if someone once said, just in case people like sunshine and water, we'd better make Florida. And we'd better make miles of beautiful beaches in places like St. Augustine and Key West, just in case people want to go to them. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo territory, all across America. And nationwide, only Alamo gives you all those miles for free, including the ones that run through a state that's named after sunshine.
Nothing quenches your thirst and puts back fluids and minerals better than Gatorade.
Hey, Dad, what's this?
That's Proline's No-Lie Comb Through Relaxer, a texturizer just for us men.
Texture what?
Texturizer. Makes hair softer and more manageable. Mom got one for you, too. Want to try it?
Yeah.
I just comb the relaxer through, rinse, and shampoo. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Now that's what I call comb-through softness.
Proline's Comb Through Relaxer for men, the easy, no-lie way of texturizing your natural hair for under $4.
7:32 to play. The Temple faithful love it as they lead it 24-14. With Craig Way and Ed Biles, I'm Kevin Eschenfelder from Memorial Stadium in Austin, where Temple looking for one last time to put it into the end zone and put a little distance between themselves and the Yates Lions.
Well, this is the third time they've got great field position by virtue of special teams. Start of the ball game, they started off on Yates' 20-yard line. The second time that they got the ball, they started on Yates' 27-yard line. This time now they started on Yates' 35-yard line by back to special team performances.
Adrian Woodson with an impressive afternoon. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen on second down and 8. Woodson throws incomplete and almost picked off by Landry Cooper. That ball may have been tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Try to get that ball in there to Forrest Tisdale, Jr. A few of these Temple skill players will be back next year.
Woodson 4 of 7 for 36 yards and 2 interceptions. His throwing is not where he has really excelled this afternoon. It's been when he's been back in the pocket. Pocket breaks down, and he's able to run with the football. So from the gun, Woodson rolls the pocket right. throws it incomplete. Just overshot an open Damian Johnson at the 20-yard line.
Pretty good pressure, though, by Corey Atkins, who's kind of right up in his face and forced him to throw that ball over the top of him. Now you got a fourth down play. Decision to make over there. Good position on the field, Kevin. This is a great position on the field. If you got anything off your fake field goal or your fake punt, depending whatever they try to do, it's a good position on the field to do something. If they got any funny play, this is where they would call it.
Richard Matos to kick it. And he does. So that's only the second time today that Temple has punted the football. Great coverage downfield. Can they stop it? And they do.
He went in the end zone with the ball. That should come out to the 20. He fell in the end zone. That should be a touchback.
Nope.
Oh, they're going to give it in right here.
Give it to him at the 1.
Oh, this is not right.
We're going to take a timeout. There's a timeout on the field. Let the officials talk it over, and we'll come back and check it out in just a moment. 6:37 to play. Temple by 10.
Hear the scores. Shoot, they score! And feel the heart all the way to the Stanley Cup. Get fired up for Sports Pick Hockey Week every week on HSE.
Property owners, if you want to clear overgrown areas, you could struggle with a shaky sickle bar mower like this, or with a handheld brush cutter like this. Or instead, you could cut tall grass and weeds, brambles, sumac, even hardwood saplings up to 1 inch thick with the amazing DR Field and Brush Mower. The Field and Brush Mower chops most everything it cuts. There's no tangled brush to trip over or to pick up. And those big self-propelled wheels roll right through ditches, over bumps, and logs with ease. The DR is not for your lawn, but what a job it does with meadows, roadsides, fence lines, walking paths, and woodlots. You can clear and maintain them all with the DR. Every few weeks, once a season, whenever you want. A big color catalog is just $2. Call toll-free 1-800-423-2121. That's 1-800-423-2121 for your big color catalog all about the amazing DR Field and Brush Mower.
From the opening face-off to the final buzzer, get the inside story. The closest look anywhere at college hockey's Premier League. CCHA Hockey Digest. It's all you need. All season on HSE.
A 24-14, Temple by 10. Let's go down on the field, get an update on Delarius Wilson.
Back here with 6:37 to go, third quarter. Now, certainly Temple fans have to be concerned about the condition of running back Delarius Wilson, but the man with the answer is right here. Dr. Bill Hamilton, a team physician. What is Delarius Wilson's condition?
Well, Delarius has a grade 1 medial collateral sprain, which is not a real serious condition, but we're going to take some precautions here and go ahead and have him taped just to prevent further injury.
Now, is this something he's had to play with during the course of the year that he's gotten used to?
Right, he had this early in the year, and this is the kind of injury that will heal fine, and he healed it after 4 or 5 weeks playing, and then just re-injured it today.
How will it affect his cutting ability, because he's so good at doing that?
He really is, and I think he'll be able to cut just fine. Of course, we won't know until we get him back out there to play, but I don't think this will be a big setback for him.
The early bad news, but the good news is that Delarius Wilson, for Temple Wildcat fans, should be back.
All right, thank you, Craig. Back to action. Gerald Moore brings it out across the 5-yard line. This is the third Yates drive to start inside the 10, and between you and me, we both agree that this ball should have really went into the end zone. Yates should have had the ball on the 20-yard line.
Well, close call by the official down there. They ruled it this way, and again, Temple doing a great job with these special teams. They've got Yates backed up. Yates are kind of very difficult to try to do anything fancy down here, and Yates really needs the first down on his third down play.
And it's third down and 6. The shadow of their own goal post. Option.
He can't get out of this trouble, I don't believe, as good as he is. Oh,
He does.
Look at that. What a...
I want to tell you something, too. And if the tackle had not been made when the tackle was made, there was nobody left.
Well, they're still
Joel Amos ran him out of bounds.
Still going to be forced to punt. They're going to get great field position again. But they dodged the bullet. Looked like they were going to get a safety. Moore, however, he got that ball out of the end zone again. So it's great athletic ability. Look at...
Atkinson, who finished him off on that last play. Now, Dedrick Dennis, for the third time, will punt, and he gets this one away. Takes Bates back to the 40-yard line. Bates up the sideline. Bates to the 10-yard line. 30-yard return.
Special teams again. What great field position that Temple is going to have and what they've had the entire ball game by virtue of great special team coverage play. There's a good punt return. Does a good job of setting up, makes a little move like he's going right. Now he comes down to that sideline, knows where he's at, picked up a couple good blocks. Cuts it back in, and finally is tackled on about the 10-yard line. Great job by Derek Bates. Again, that's a junior who's going to be back next year. Bates with 2 interceptions today and a great punt return.
Steven Jackson being attended to, the Yates player down on that play. And that's what Yates doesn't need is another injury, particularly at the linebacker spot. 24-14, Temple leads it by 10. Well, the 12,000 members of the Texas High School Coaches Association offer congratulations to both teams in today's game. The THSCA also is proud of our 63 years of dedicated service to the youth of Texas. There's Delarius Wilson. Knee appears to be all right.
Well, the best thing is the Wildcats of Yates and the Lions of Yates hope right now is hold this to a field goal. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty tough road to climb. Audible in this play at the line of scrimmage. He sees an opening somewhere. He's going to run the ball.
It's first and goal. Watson. Touchdown, Temple. A great checkoff at the line of scrimmage.
Watson having a great playoff game here.
That is his third touchdown of the afternoon.
Take a look at it. He audible to this play. Saw the opening over there. Needed the one block. Good job in there by John Meldy. He did a good job of getting a block on the defensive tackle, which opened up the hole.
Magana to kick it through, and he's perfect. The 4:55 to play now. It's a 17-point lead for Temple. 31-14. We saw Yates earlier in the game come back from a 10-0 deficit. Now they're going to be faced to come back from a 17-point deficit.
Let's take a look at the blocking of number 68, John Mildy, the left guard. If you could pick it up and watch the job that he does. Well, this is from a different angle than the one we had there originally, and so he takes it into the end zone. So we get that look where you see the block of that guard. Here it is. Take a look at number 68. Wants to move out, turn his man to the inside, which opens up the hole. Watson cuts back off the block of the center coming out there. Michael Ramsey carries it into the end zone. 10 yards, third touchdown of the ball game.
Watson with a big afternoon. 118 yards on 10 carries.
One play in 10 yards, 4 seconds. Put him up there pretty quick.
Set up by the big punt return by Derek Bates. Special teams have been a huge key to this game, and it has been all Temple.
It really has. They've won that battle.
Magana to kick it away. This one will come to Brady Bob from the 4-yard line. Boy, Bob to the 20-yard line and no more.
This is really a crucial series for Yates. There's 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And if they're unable to move it this time, and the way Temple is gaining momentum, it'll be another one of them big wins for the Temple Wildcats. They put a lot of points on the board in these playoff games. 55 against Round Rock, 55 against Huntsville, 63 against Richardson, 38 against Amarillo. Very, very important series. And you can see the concerned look on the Yates coaching staff. They know it, how important this series is.
Temple has outscored their playoff opponent 46-16. They lead it here 31-14. This is Gerald Moore. Moore tough running to the 30-yard line. Close to a first down. Give him a gain of 10 yards.
Boy, he's really gaining this all in his own athletic ability. He just makes move after move and fights. It wasn't that good a blocker. Take a look at the job that Moore does on this play. Nothing inside. Now he tries to slide it to the outside, sets up there, makes a move off of that foot. Now he cuts back in, has to drive through about 4 tacklers to pick up all that 9 yards.
And you make a good point. Nothing against the front line for Yates, but here Moore's yards definitely have looked tougher than the Temple running back yards. Stephen Thompson makes the tackle on Edward Jackson, the Lions runner. It was enough for the first down, and a big first down it is for Yates.
Well, that's all right. If they have patience to make first downs, that'll eventually turn into touchdowns. The big thing they can't afford now is another turnover or another mistake and give the Temple team a great field position. There's still plenty of time in this ball game, but they really need to control it, get down and get to the point this time.
The attendance, 22,500. Gerald Moore. Gerald Moore cuts it up for another gain of 11 yards. So back-to-back carries by Gerald Moore of 10-plus yards. Jonathan Berry and David Atkinson for the tackle.
That's the thing to do. Go back to your basics. And again, Moore with a great job as he gets to the outside here. Make it number 75. Mark Churchwell missed the play, which enables him to turn it up and make the yardage. Again, there wasn't that great a blocker once he made the tackle miss. Did it on his own.
Quarter, the pass, complete. Vaughn Dickerson slips down. Well, this kind of reminds you of the big drive that the Lions had in the first quarter.
And this is exactly when they need it. If they can go down now here and get one in before the end of the third quarter, they could fight their way potentially back into the ball game. But again, this is patience. Run the ball, little possession type passes. Don't worry about getting the cheap ones till you get them set up for it.
Yates in the red and gold trails by 17. With 2:50 to play in the third quarter. On the delay, Gerald Moore. Moore hits, spins out. Gerald Moore.
That's an incredible run, Kevin. It's an incredible run. What a player. Take a look at this run that he makes on this play. Draw play, looking for the hole. No hole there. Got to make a move. He spins to get to the outside. 1 tackler, 2 tacklers, misses him. 3rd tackler, bad angle. 4th tackler, 5th tackler, misses. 5 tackles were missed on that play. Now he's going to get just caught on his heel from behind there. What a great, just incredible. It's a great run, folks.
Gain of
draw play.
Gain of 30 yards.
1 tackler, 2 tacklers. Bates gets shoved by him right there. 55 with the miss in there. Joel Amos just tripped up from the ankle from behind.
And Gerald Moore is still being attended to. He missed the last possession of the second quarter with what would appear to be a back injury. Now he's still on the field.
I'll tell you what, he's leaving it all on the field for the Yates Lions. And talk about pride of the Lions. He is really showing some pride out there and doing everything he possibly can to keep Yates in this state championship football game. And doing most of it on his own. He really hadn't had that much help from that offensive line.
25 carries, 161 yards for the 230-pound senior. It looks like they're checking his pupils. He may have hit his head on the turf. A lot of times they will check to make sure the pupils are dilating in the case of a concussion.
Boy, what a great postseason that he has had with the yardage. Over 1,000 yards in the playoff game.
Coming in, 950 yards in 5 games and 11 touchdowns.
I think you're going to see him out for a play or two. It appears to be all right.
You see the numbers of 6.5 yards a carry.
Let's see if we can pick up what happened to him. As he goes down, let's see if he happens to get a knee in the head. Oh, looks like he might get a knee to the helmet there as he went down.
So now Gerald Moore out. Sean Porter will look to air it out.
He's got him open if he gets it to him.
For Dickerson, touchdown, Yates.
right down the field. Caught him with linebacker coverage on. Looked like he had a linebacker out there trying to cover him. Jonathan Berry, tough coverage for their linebacker.
Wallace King didn't realize that he was supposed to be out there kicking the extra point. Now he makes his way out.
Still got 5 seconds on the clock. Fake.
They throw it, and it's picked off. Temple can run this back. Well, they won't do it. Greg Steele picked it off. And that's the difference in a 10-point game and an 11-point game. Now you're down by 3 scores rather than 2.
Well, it wasn't the call was there. If we see in the end zone at the end of the play, see the jersey come across back line of the end zone, but Dickerson couldn't get it to him. You're going to find the Yates line was wide open right down by the goalpost there. Ball was thrown intercepted. Again, the offensive line forgot to block. The trick plays are fine if you block and give your team a chance. But that was a drive that Yates really needed, well executed, did a great job of mixing up their play calls. Now they got themselves back in the ballgame if their defense can stop the Wildcats.
Let's check in with Craig Way down the field for an update.
Well, Kevin, we were talking about Delarius Wilson's injury and the folks on the Temple side being a little bit concerned. Certainly that would have to be the case with Gerald Moore and the Yates fans. However, as was the case with Wilson, not to worry, at least not for long. The injury you saw him get was a little stinger right to the back of the neck. Trainers were checking him. Doctors said, how do you feel? Can you feel this? Are you all right? He said, I'm all right. I don't have a headache. They said, can you go back in? He said, I'm in. Next series, they said, we can get there if you take us there. They're 10 points down or 11 points down and coming back now.
I didn't think Gerald Moore was going to sit out very long.
Well, those stingers, they go away, and you see a lot of players go back in with it. Nothing serious at all. Doctors not taking any chance of putting the player back in the ball game with that.
Damian Johnson back deep, but it's not going to get that far. Taken by the up man, Dale Williams. Dale Williams, another great special teams play for Temple out to the 43-yard line.
Williams can run. He's, again, one of those seniors, 5'10", 170 pounds. He's caught 16 passes this year. He's averaged 16.3.
Huge scoring drive it was for the Yates Lions. 6 plays, 80 yards, a little over 2.5 minutes, and Porter hooks up with Vaughn Dickerson for 23-yard touchdown.
Look at that yardage, 552 yards in the game. Here's the trick play.
This is Greg Watson on the reverse to the 45, a gain of 14 yards. Philip Kemper knocked him off his feet there.
So he's averaging 19.3 yards every time he carries it on this reverse. This is little reverse. See the guard pulling. See number 64 Beard out in front of the play. The brother of Gerald, Greg Watson. Greg is a senior. They run that reverse very effectively off this attack.
Like you said, 19 yards a carry. He has only carried it 10 times, but for 193 yards. But now Temple with a big play on first down to get their drive rolling. Delarius Wilson on the give. Had the hole, goes ahead for a gain of 5. Benny Hamilton, the inside linebacker, stepping up to make the play.
Well, the Yates defensive line is just not coming off the ball. They're not getting in any penetration into the Temple backfield. As long as that Temple offensive line can move the Yates team back off the ball, they're going to make 4, 5, 6 yards. And then with a great back like Wilson, he can make a move and turn it into a long gainer. So the Yates defensive line right now is not doing the job that has to be done to win this ball game.
3 wide receivers set.
Again, he's audible to play. He sees something up, or usually this will be a running play.
Delarius Wilson, a single setback. This is Wilson. First down and more inside the 30-yard line.
They play audible, too, on the last touchdown when they were on a 10-yard line. He's getting up to that line of scrimmage. He's looking to the right side, then the left side. He's seeing the right defensive end. See the natural gap in there? Between the end is way outside, and they don't even bother almost to block the defensive tackle for Yates. They just run the play right by him. Offensive guard can get into the linebacker's face.
Temple already with one back over 100 yards, and Gerald Watson, Delarius Wilson up to 90 yards. Now Woodson throwing downfield. Has a man in
pressure. Now watch Corey Atkins, number 90, went way down to the inside, who's supposed to contain. Now your secondary doesn't know whether to come up and play the run or go back and play the pass. But great job by Philip Kempner to get back in there and almost make an interception. He had 8 interceptions so far this year.
Temple threw it on first down there to put themselves in a second down and 10 situation. You got to wonder, why don't you just run the ball? Right now, Temple is averaging 10 yards a run.
I guess this will be a running play.
Delarius Wilson. Well, he won't get 10 yards here. He's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Wallace King filled the hole quickly.
But also a good job in there by Corey Atkins. This time he didn't get tapped down in the inside like he had to play before. Take a line now. Watch this out. Notice a little different. Watch this. There's the blitz. There's the pickup. They pick him up, knock him off his feet right there. Sliding right down the line is King, and then sliding back in is Corey Atkins.
So we are through 3 quarters of play, and we have still got a football game. Temple leads at 31-20 for the state 5A Division II championship. We're back to Austin in just a moment.
Nobody covers Texas football like HSE. With 16 reporters across the state, each week's show has complete coverage of the best high school football in the country. Texas high school football. There's highlights, coaches, players, and features designed to keep you in touch with all the action throughout the Lone Star State. It's all right here on High School Extra. Wednesdays at 6:30 on HSE.
What are you doing here? Shopping. Yeah, me too. Can't resist True Value's great prices, huh?
Well, you know, it's a personal service I like. You just can't get that at those big chain stores.
Yeah, and with 7,000 stores buying together, they sure have some great prices.
You already said that.
Yeah, but it's true, Pat. These are great prices.
With great service.
And great people.
Like a family.
Does this mean we're brothers?
Well, let's say cousins.
Cousins?
Twice removed.
Fresh 12 minutes on the clock, and the Cats lead it by 11. This third quarter statistical update is being brought to you by Bank of America, banking on America.
Well, of course, Temple with the rushing, 241 yards rushing. Yates with 180 yards rushing. Time of possession still all Yates. Scoreboard Temple.
Woodson rolling the pocket. Cuts it up and will run. Woodson will score. 30 yards.
Well, when a defensive end loses containment, this is what happens. They lose. Yates loses containment. They get to the outside, but outside is Kenneth Knott. Now the defensive secondary is at the mercy. Knott tries to make a recovery, doesn't make the tackle. Woodson with a good job of running the football, gets it into the end zone.
Bagania kicks it through. So it does not take Temple long, the first play of the fourth quarter. And they extend their lead. Temple by 18.
We tested in laboratories. We tested on the asphalt, in the park, and on the road. We tested when it's 102 and there is no shade. And we found that nothing replaces fluids and minerals and quenches a thirst better than Gatorade. It's been proven again and again. But just to keep us on our toes, we tested over and over again in the highest court in the land.
That's Proline's No-Lie Comb Through Relaxer, a texturizer just for us men.
Texture what?
Texturizer. Makes hair softer and more manageable. Mom got one for you, too. Want to try it?
Yeah!
I just comb the relaxer through, rinse, and shampoo. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Now that's what I call comb through softness.
Proline's Comb Through Relaxer for men, the easy, no-lie way of texturizing your natural hair for under $4. A noble warrior advised, the art of protection springs from within. One must stay vigilant against one's unflagrant perspiration, lest one provoke a hostile response. Thus, a Norse ritual is Rygar's footstick, an aromatic array of the precious scents and maximum protection against disarming wetness. Confirming the wisdom, the best defense, not to offend. Rygar's foot. Anything less will be uncivilized.
10 seconds deep in the fourth quarter, and Temple out 38-20. And Woodson made a decision, stuck to it, and goes 30 yards.
Well, he rolled out, had the option to run or pass. Once he broke containment, there's no one there to get him. He makes a good move in and outside, takes it into the end zone, gets a pretty good hit at the end of the play here.
Kickoff comes to Vaughn Dickerson. And Dickerson, well, out to the 16-yard line. You don't want to start a drive from the 16-yard line, but what a job he did getting there.
Well, I think we got to give Temple a lot of credit. They have done a great job of covering these kickoffs all day long. Yates has started from behind their own 20-yard line practically every time, and if there's a penalty on this play, they're really going to start deep in their own territory.
It'll be half the distance. 6 plays, 58 yards for the Temple Wildcats, and Woodson takes it in from 30 yards out. 2 minutes, 26 seconds off the clock.
And that was on a third down play that Yates had been able to stop them. They might have been able to fight their way back into the ball game.
Legal block in the back, above the waist, on return change, half the distance to the goal line, first down.
Temple is a fine football team, both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. A lot of talent.
Yates has made a lot of mistakes this afternoon.
And a lot of them in the special teams area.
Sure. Gerald Moore, as they hand it to Gerald Moore. Fight to the 12-yard line. Well, a totally different type of back is Gerald Moore than any I have seen so far this season. He is as tough a runner as you'll see.
Well, he's got that ability to carry the ball both inside and also go to the outside. And again, I think he has deceptive speed. He really does remind you of an Earl Campbell. You know, you just don't catch Earl from behind when he got out in front of people, and had more speed than what people really recognize.
The second down and 2 after the gain of 8. And this is Edward Jackson weaving his way past the first down. Greg Steele and Jared Mackey knock him down at the 19-yard line.
That's a good job by Yates coaching staff. I think the fact that they're going to have some patience. There's still plenty of time to go. We're just at 11 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Patience. They can go down, score, and, you know, if it takes them 3 minutes to score, fine. So then they're right back in the ballgame again.
10:45 left to play in the game. 38-20. Temple leads it.
Plus, he might be audible in this play at the line of scrimmage.
Porter throws it incomplete. Well, he had Vaughn Dickerson on a sliding catch. Dickerson unable to hold on. Now let's go down. Check in with Craig Way on the sideline. Craig?
Well, as you might imagine, with 10.5 minutes to go and an 18-point lead, it's a pretty festive Temple side of the team. However, head coach Bob McQueen went over to his defensive unit right after the kickoff before they took the field and said, look, guys, we got 11:50 to go here. You're that far away from the championship. Don't let up now. Don't give them any big plays. Temple's trying to hold on to win its first state championship in 13 years.
Thank you, Craig. Are they going to go illegal grounding, intentional grounding, I should say, but no, they won't.
No, I hope not. That was a receiver there.
Floyd George was close. Dana President was all over Sean Porter.
And Vaughn Dickerson talking about the fact they were holding downfield, but he's not going to get any sympathy from the officials at this stage of the ball game. Quarterback to pass. No one good coverage downfield by the Temple Wildcats. Eventually the protection is going to break down. Dana President in on top of him. Tried to make it. And again, now Yates to a third down and 10 situation.
Sean Porter. Looking downfield, has a man open, incomplete. Derek Bates separated red jersey and football.
I'll tell you one thing, Derek Bates has been all over this football field today. He's been all over the football field all day long. He was open.
Maybe a little too much air under the football.
See, the guy too much. See how open he is there? The ball took too long to get there. Bates recovering and hits him as the ball got there. Was a little bit of a catchable ball if he hangs on to it, but he gets nailed. And the ball was in his hands. Bates strips him of it. Goes into an incomplete pass.
Timeout on the field, 38-20. Temple leads it. They're attending to Vaughn Dickerson, and we'll come back and get an update in just a moment.
Once again, it will happen. Someone will pick out a tree that's too big for the room. Drop off some warm clothes. Light the candle on the third night. Experiment with the turkey baster. Watch all 18 bowl games. And someone will sing slightly off key with all her heart. Happy holidays from Bank of America.
It's almost as if someone once said, just in case people like sunshine and water, we'd better make Florida. And we'd better make miles of beautiful beaches and places like St. Augustine and Key West, just in case people want to go to them. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo territory, all across America. And nationwide, only Alamo gives you all those miles for free, including the ones that run through a state that's named after sunshine.
Taco Cabana. Get real. Get Taco Cabana.
Well, the game's not over yet, but you couldn't tell these cheerleaders that. 38-20. 10-17 to play.
They're pretty close to claiming it, though.
Dedrick Dennis kicks it away, and a fair catch taken by Derek Bates. And this is a big defensive backfield for Temple, and they have been punishing on the Yates wide receivers. This telecast is authorized under rights granted to Home Sports Entertainment by the University of Texas at Austin and the University Interscholastic League, and is not intended for the commercial use of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the University of Texas Austin and the UIL is prohibited. With Craig Way and Ed Biles, I'm Kevin Eschenfelder from Austin's Memorial Stadium, where the Temple Wildcats appear to be on their way to the state 5A Division II championship. Thrown downfield, incomplete. Dale Williams had a shot at it, but Landry Cooper knocked it away.
We've seen a couple pretty good hits on the last couple pass plays. One prior one by Temple, now this one by Yates. Got a man open down here, but a good job by Cooper of recovering and putting a good hit. He was open. He was open, had the ball, could have been caught, but Landry Cooper comes across. He saw the man coming out of the corner of his eye. Two good hits on the last pass play by defensive backs of both teams. Good hard-hitting ball game. Again, he's audible. Not that same situation where he's been running the ball over here. There it is again.
Exact same play. Delarius Wilson inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. That's one of the Benny Hamilton and Walter Kemper.
They're getting a natural hole in there. Atkins is lined up going to the outside. You see him turn to the outside. The tackles to the inside. All they can do is get a blocker down on the linebacker, and that play is done. He just audible that play up at the line scrimmage. That's about 5 times they've had great success audible in that play this ball game.
A valuable time ticking off the clock.
Again, he's doing the same thing. He's calling play at the line of scrimmage.
And this time everybody didn't get the signal, and Woodson will lose yardage. Kenneth Knight steps across the line of scrimmage to make it a loss of 6 yards on the play.
Well, Woodson is saying it's either my fault or your fault, because the back came looked like he wanted to run behind that natural hole.
people will do anything, I guess, to get on.
Yeah, but folks, don't be fooled. It's not that cold out here, so those guys aren't as tough as they may think they are. Adrian Woodson, a great job leading this Temple team this afternoon. Woodson throws in the flat complete. Damian Johnson, gain of 7. Troyline Griffin and Landry Cooper with secure tackles. You like that play on 2nd down and 15. It gets just enough to get back in a decent 3rd down situation.
They've done this consistently. Instead of trying to get all of it back, they want to pick a little bit of it up so they can get themselves in a 3rd down situation where they can make the play. The offensive coaches over there calling those plays and signaling them. It almost looks like a baseball game going over that sideline with the Temple offensive coaches.
Third down, 8 to go for the first. Woodson on play action. Wants to cut it up, loses the football. And Yates has it.
Well, that's the first fumble turnover that we've had in this football game. And it comes at a time when Yates really needed something positive to happen for him.
Looked like Daryl Bohanna got on the football.
Difference this time, there's containment by the Yates defensive people. They've got him contained to the outside. He's forced back to the inside. Now you get some help from the inside people coming in there. Keith Hargrove, again, coming across, forcing the fumble. Woodson was in a position that he couldn't do anything except run the ball that time.
Hargrove stripped it, and Wallace King is the man who we believe came up with the football.
There's still time if Yates can go down and score now.
They're going to have to do it quickly. 8 minutes left on the clock. 4 wide receivers set. Porter looking deep. Throws into double coverage, incomplete. Brady Bob was the intended receiver. But Greg Steele and Derek Bates with great double coverage.
Well, the receivers are really almost outrunning the distance the Porter can throw the ball. He's got to get rid of that ball sooner. See, Bob was open, but it's difficult to throw the ball 60 yards down the field. Eventually, about that 50, 55 yards area, the ball's going to be throwing short, and that's allowing the Temple defensive backs to recover and make the play.
3 wide receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. Gerald Moore. He'll throw it downfield, and it's complete to Vaughn Dickerson, and Dickerson with a lot of running room. The 45-yard line, he is stuck there by David Atkinson. And Dickerson down once again.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Gerald Moore again showing you a lot of athletic ability. He got stuck on the side. I don't think there's anything serious wrong with Dickerson. But watch this. He looks like he's going to run. Makes a little fake. Completes the pass downfield to Vaughn Dickerson. Dickerson gets stick pretty good here on the side. Someone coming in right there at the end of the play. Could have been called for using that helmet coming in on a spear situation.
You're not kidding. It looks awfully late. 7:40 to play. Temple by 18.
Home Sports Entertainment celebrates the weekend with only the best primetime sports programming. Saturday.
Jack, you look great. New clubs, new shoes, new ball.
Well, it's the new me, Bill.
New golf game, too?
We'll see.
It's showtime. Showtime. Hey! Whoa!
Maybe a 2-iron, Bill?
Yeah, a 2-iron. I just don't get it.
Well, it's showtime, Bill. And it's not the shoes, it's not the clubs, it's not the ball. It's this latest video from Golf Digest. How to get distance and accuracy.
A video?
Anyone can get it, and it's free when you subscribe to Golf Digest.
Huh.
Outdrive your partner with this half-hour instructional video, free with a 1-year subscription to Golf Digest. Just $19.77. Call 800-592-1222. Imagine this video and Golf Digest. Call 800-592-1222.
Well, back to action, 7:23 to play. And Sean Porter was just flushed out of the pocket and hit very late on the sideline, and he is hurt.
Yeah, it really is. And I tell you what, the sideline erupted I'm sure the original call was against Temple. One of the Yates coaches really was animate, and they may call a penalty on the bench also. Let's see. Let's take a look at it. Very flushed out of the pocket. He's running to the outside right now. Watch him get hit out of bounds here way late. Second tackler coming in right there, which drives him all over into the benches where he winds up getting hurt. Now, they did call a penalty against Temple, but right after that, the Yates sideline and the bench and one of the Yates coaches really erupted in the official's face. So what's going to wind up on this play, they call a penalty against Temple. I think they're going to march off that 15-yard penalty. Well, I guess they're going to call him offsetting. I thought it would be a dead ball foul against Yates.
Yates just lost a lot of yardage on that play.
Well,
they're at the 47-yard line, and they will have a second down. We'll check the down in just a moment, but they would have had the football. Instead of being at the 47-yard line, they'd have been down to the 32-yard line.
Well, they're going to wind up probably with a first down and 25. But now they have not marched off a penalty against Temple so far. They're still working on the sideline right now. Now they're beginning to march off. They're going to start marching off the 15-yard penalty against Temple for the late hit. Now,
personal foul on the defense. First down.
Now they're going to come back.
Dead ball. Sportsmanlike conduct.
So it's going to be first down and 25.
Good call. Officiating did it exactly right. If the Yates coaching staff had not reacted the way they have, they would have had the 15 in there deeper. But now, I got a feeling they're going to wind up with first down and 25. Officials are still talking over on the side.
Well, Ismail Muhammad, now a sophomore, 6'1", 176 pounds, would be called on. Called in from the bullpen with 7:23 left. His team trailing by 18, 38-20.
Officials are still sorting this out. I think they're going to come up with it. It's really not as complicated as they appear to be making it. The 15-yard penalty against Temple for hitting out of bounds. And then after the play was over, dead ball foul against Yates. And now got it. First and 25 for Yates.
So with 7:23 to play, they call on the sophomore, and he'll pitch it back to Gerald Moore. Moore gets away from one man. And Gerald Moore down to the 26-yard line. What a great individual effort. Stephen Thompson got an arm on him in the backfield, but that wasn't even going to be close. Richard Mata and David Atkinson had to make the stop.
Watch him run under control. Watch his ability to run under control. Set things up. Use a little bit of speed when he has to. Make the move inside. Little juke there. Just under control. Looking ahead. Great vision looking ahead. What a tremendous run right there. Look at those stats.
That was a gain of 21 yards, up to 184. Muhammad throws underneath, complete. Floyd George to the 20-yard line. Jonathan Berry, the weak side linebacker, and Noah Dunham in on the stop.
But I tell you what, Muhammad did a nice job of throwing a pass. Sophomore coming off the bench, playing the state championship game. Nice completion. They pick up that 25 yards for first and 10 for Yates. Still 6 minutes to go in this ball game. They're still yakking with that official on the sideline. A little bit unhappy about some of the late spears, I believe, coming in at the end of these plays.
6:15 on a moving clock. Gerald Moore cuts it back. All individual effort. Moore. A late flag comes in. It'll be down to the 17-yard line, but right now let's go down and check in with Craig Way. Craig.
Kevin, the good news is, at least in the early going, Sean Porter did not break his ankle, according to team doctors. They said it's not a broken ankle. Now, the not-so-good news is they're not sure if he can return. It looks like it could be a pretty severe strain of the ankle, or a sprain. He's trying to walk around on it right now. They have the shoe and the sock off. He's trying to see if he can get some footing, but right now he's still unable to return to the field, and the Yates Lions do need him out there if he's healthy.
Well, you're right about that, Craig.
Well, the other thing the Yates Lions have to do right now is regain their poise a little bit. They've just been hit now with another 15-yard penalty. It's going to be 10-yard penalty tacked on at the end of the play. and they're hurting themselves right now. They had the opportunity to get in there and score, but they got to regain their poise and quit worrying about the officials right now. They think the officials have missed a lot of calls against them, and their team is kind of reacting that way right now.
Oh. Back it up to the 28-yard line. It'll be first down and 18 as Ismail Muhammad, 6'1" sophomore, in at the controls, and he's being blitzed. And he will go down. Clarence Marion, another sophomore, made the play for the Wildcats.
And that's, again, a nice position Temple is in. They're able to play some of their backup folks, give us some experience. Muhammad on a sprint out. Of course, the blitz coming from the inside. Marlon chasing from behind, makes the play. Tough for a sophomore quarterback to step into this situation and have to do all the passing that's going to be required of him right now with 5 minutes to go in the football game.
Muhammad in the pocket. Throws it downfield, and it's tipped away by David Atkinson.
Well, again, it's a situation where they let the receiver waited too long to deliver the football, and again, this sophomore is going to learn from this experience, especially when he has the opportunity to take a look at the tape. But receivers are getting behind the Temple defensive backs. Quarterback just waiting too long to deliver, and then he has to underthrow the ball.
Under 5 minutes.
Give the ball to Moore. He may run it and pick up this first down play.
It's 25 needed. Muhammad to throw. Muhammad will go down. Dana President and Jared Mackey
hurt themselves with penalties on this drive. Of course, it's the quarterback, young sophomore back there who's a lot of pressure, good coverage by Temple downfield, no one open. Finally, he has to eat the ball, and they're going to be forced to punt again. This is the 4th punt for Yates this second half.
And now they punt it away with 4:15 on a moving clock. Dedrick Dennis. Low liner taken by Johnson, and Johnson again gives Temple good field position.
Very, very impressive performance by the Temple special teams. One of the best jobs on special teams in high school football I think we've viewed on HSE for a long time. And take a good look at the folks from Temple enjoying this win.
Well, we'd like to thank a few people for their help in getting videotape together for use in the 5A championship game. Jeff Watts and Paul Nelson of Jeff Watts Productions have been instrumental in supplying us with highlights, and also we want to thank Jeff Kutcher and the fine folks at Arlington Telecable for their assistance. Also, Ray Peters from up in Waco with help on getting us videotape. That was an extracurricular. Wallace King and Gerald, check it, that's Delarius Wilson getting things together down the field. That's Greg Watson. That was 22, it's 21. And Watson in his final game as he is a senior.
This is a good job by Landry Cooper staying home and trying to run a reverse. If they had great success with Watson most of the season, and of course they ran him earlier and had great success. Landry Cooper stayed home that time and made the play on the reverse.
Counting down to 3.5 minutes. Temple on their way to a state 5A Division II championship as a big hole that Gerald Watson runs through. Kenneth Hargrove knocked him down.
A couple years ago, they converted from the wing T offense to the University of Miami offense. And the results are showing, and they are paying off for Coach Bob McQueen. Coach McQueen and Coach McGowan, both of them were very cooperative with us yesterday at their practices and really helped us prepare for this football game. Our hats off to both two fine coaches who cooperated very well with us.
Well, we're sending thanks out. Some thanks to our statisticians, Joe Simmons and Frank Pretty up here in the booth. And Kent Cohen, the spotter. 2:50, clock moving. Temple will let it go down as far as they can. And Gerald Watson will add the stat. Gain of 9, close to another Temple first down. And Temple's ability to run the football has been huge this afternoon.
Well, they've had a great season. Offense has been averaging 38 points all year. Defense has only given up 14 points as an average all year, and they're pretty much right on schedule with what they've done all year. Okay, what every player out there, though, got a special feeling the rest of his life. He's in a ball game where they were playing for the state championship. That's a special feeling. Not many people can say that. Look at those stats there. Temple rushed for 304 yards, Yates for 205.
Watson with a big afternoon. Delarius Wilson nearly 100 yards on the afternoon. And they try Watson again. He's banged down by Wallace King. And loose football, but they will mark him down. Yeah, now Delarius Wilson is over 100 yards, so both of the 1,000-yard backs getting at least 100 yards of rushing this afternoon.
Well, that's the first they've had since the 79 state championship team, where they had Weddington and of course Kenneth Davis, who now plays with the Buffalo Bills. Temple, the Wildcat coaches, beginning to celebrate on the sideline. They know they got this one, and their second state championship team.
Bob McQueen wanted to send out a special greeting to his grandmother, Abby Connell, 96 years old, young, and I'm sure she's enjoying this state championship as much as anyone. And Woodson goes down to the 20-yard line.
Up until a few years ago, she saw every Temple ball game.
Portions of today's game are being brought to you by ProLine Hair Care. And the time will click off. Great job by the Yates coaching staff and players who have gotten here. And it's not too bad to go home with the silver.
Well, they overcame a lot of adversity this year. They've got a great record and a good program. They'll be back.
Under a minute. And Watson. Tackled by Mouton.
Got a great record. Yates has been 90-1 in their district play since 1977. But the Smiles are going to be on the other side of the field right now as the clock winds down. Will have to be snapped one more time. They got to snap it one more time.
And for Bob McQueen in his 21st season, state championship number 2, the last one back in 1979. They were led by Gerald Watson, 14 carries, 145 yards, and Delarius Wilson, 105 yards. And that will do it. The 1992 Texas State 5A Division II champion, the Temple Wildcats, finished at 15-1. And congratulations to Bob McQueen and his ball club.
Well, I'm sure his wife is doing that to him right now, right down there. Some 16,000 folks from Temple came over here.
Is looking for Maurice McGowan to congratulate the Yates team as well. But what a great year for the Temple Wildcats, 15-1, and Yates will finish the season 13-2-1. Congratulations to both of these teams. Temple wins at 38-20. We'll come back in just a moment to talk about it.
Now, by special arrangement with the world's leading record companies, we proudly present 60 great moments of opera. And here they are. The world's most beloved voices, Luciano Pavarotti, Placido Domingo, opera's most touching arias, Un bel vie from Madame Butterfly. Call or send now. Thrilling choruses, Habanera from Carmen, Renata Tebaldi,
Here is an extraordinary collection of what many believe to be the ultimate performances of opera's great moments. Look at this incredible list of stars. All your favorites are here. You get the spectacular Maria Callas. Call or send now. Listen to these beautiful arias. Here is all the great music, great drama, and great singing in a special collector's treasury like you've never seen before. Call or send 1998 for 4 records or 3 long-play cassettes, $29.98 for 3 long-play CDs to 50 Great Moments in Opera. Order today.
The game. So congratulations to the Temple Wildcats. They win it 38-20, the state 5A Division II champion. And today's Pro-Line player of the game is Gerald Watson. Watson, 145 yards on 14 carries. And that is 10.5 yards a shot. 3 touchdowns as well. So congratulations to Gerald Watson and the Wildcats of Temple High School, the 5A Division II state champions for 1992. Right now, we're going to go down onto the field. Craig Way stands by with the state runner-up coach, Maurice McGowan. Craig?
All right, thanks very much, Kevin. First of all, it's been an outstanding year for the Yates Lions, although they do come up 1 win short. Here's Gina Mazzolini of the University Interscholastic League to present the state runner-up trophy.
Coach McGowan, we've worked with you for years in girls basketball, one of the better winningest record coaches, and now another football team. You've had a great season, state runner-up, and it's with pleasure that I give you this trophy and congratulate you on another fine season, and we look to see you back again. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Coach McGowan, I know it's a little bit disappointing, but it's certainly a big season for your guys to get this far.
Yes, it is. You know, we're real happy to be this far. Once you get to the state finals, you know, people say you're a winner. We just would like to really win the game.
Okay, congratulations on a fine season.
Thank you.
That's Maurice McGowan, the head coach of the Jack Yates Lions of Houston, the runner-up in this 5A Division II state championship game.
All right, Craig, thank you. 38-20. Temple with the win, and Temple Wildcats were very impressive this afternoon, Ed Byron.
The football team, they did what we said that they would have to do to win. The team that did it, controlled the line of scrimmage, won the turnover battles, they won the special team battles. They won 3 out of the 4. Temple Wildcats state championship. Excellent year, great coaching job by their staff.
All right, let's go back down onto the field for the presentation of the state championship trophy. Craig Way?
All right, thanks very much, guys. Here it is, the presentation of the state championship trophy and the athletic director of the University Interscholastic League, Dr. Bill Farney.
Craig, on behalf of University Interscholastic League, Dr. Bailey Marshall, the director, and over 1,170 high schools, to a fine team, a great coach, and a tremendous community, a second state championship in football. Coach McQueen, congratulations to the Wildcats, and hope to see you back.
Thank you, sir. I'll thank you very much.
Bob, this state championship, it's your second. Is it a little more satisfying than the first one?
No doubt about it. And, of course, anytime you do that, it's great. I'll tell you that for sure. But this one, when I'm 54 years old, I was a little bit younger then, and probably this one means a little bit more in that sense. They're all great, though, and I wouldn't trade the 79 group or this group, either one.
You're a Temple native. You coached some of these players' fathers. How does that feeling now to be able to go through an entire generation?
Well, that's sort of the way it is in Temple. Our kids, there's a lot of tradition, and it really does mean a great deal to our kids whenever they come into our athletic program, whether it's football or any of our other sports. It runs real deep.
Okay, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you so much.
That's Bob McQueen, the head football coach and athletic director of the Class 5A Division II state champion Temple Wildcats.
All right, great job down on the field, Craig Way, and congratulations to this Temple Wildcat team. No doubt this team will go down as one of the greatest ever in Texas high school football. Well, senior producer of Home Sports Entertainment is Mike Anastasiou. Today's game has been produced by Murphy Brown and directed by Hill Thornell. The technical director is T.J. Bain. The engineer in charge, George McDaniel, and remote facilities provided by Sportscom. Congratulations to 1992 5A Division II champions as the Temple Wildcats win it